Oh, shit. Okay, perfect, perfect. Alexa, stop. Okay. Alexa, shut up. Damn, this bitch always talking. Okay, my bad for being late. I had to just Alexa, shut up. Okay, my bad for being late, y'all. I had to find a wig. Like I literally refused to get on. Alexa, shut up. I'm gonna unplug this shit, bro. Hold on. Okay. Okay, I'm ready. Hold on. Okay. So I took a while to get on here because I had to find a wig. Okay. I don't just get on camera looking any kind of way, and I couldn't find an actual wig or I mean hat that would like feel right. Because for a while, if you guys know, if you followed me for a while, I used to wear like the same hat for a long ass time. People used to be like, you wear the same fucking hat in every video. So I have like a big ass collection. So this one felt right. I haven't worn this one in a while. So yes, thank you guys so much for the birthday wishes. I just want to get on here really quickly, answer some questions, and I'll be on here for like about a good 2 hours. So if there's anything you guys want to ask me, anything you guys want to know, please let me know. I have wine. Oh shit! What the fuck? I didn't even fucking bring a cup. I didn't even bring a cup. Well, I don't give a fuck. This is my wine. I'm gonna just drink out the bottle. So yes, thank you guys so much for the birthday wishes. So fun fact, my birthday was actually on the 8th. But the issue was I was busy as fuck. I had a very rough and interesting week. So I was trying to get a lot of shit done. I was trying to get a lot of edits done. It was a whole bunch of shit. A whole bunch of shit. But wait, pause, 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 pause. I gotta get a cup. 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 Okay, see, I'd even leave. Perfect. Okay. So happy birthday to you and your daughter, Ms. Black Gal. I love that for you. Your daughter's a Leo. She's gonna be a handful, but Leos are the best. So let's get this shit together and have a good ass motherfucking time. So someone said black don't crack, you look great. So people keep asking, let's see, are you coming to Trinidad for Carnival? You know what? I was supposed to go this year, but I was busy and I didn't have the time. And by the time I was ready to book, it was so expensive. I'm like, why does everybody want to fucking come to Carnival? I know it's lit, but it's just like it was so expensive. It was literally everything was like New York City price. Like getting a hotel, getting an Airbnb. Was expensive as fuck. So that's a big reason why I ended up just not going. So I will be going next year though. And everybody keeps telling me to come for Christmas. So I'll go for Christmas. Okay. So anyways, I wanted to get on here and have a nice conversation. Someone said the comments had me dead. So why? I'm not even reading. I'm not even paying attention. But anyways, so I wanted to get on here and have a nice conversation. Ask me about whatever you wanted to ask me about. Ask me anything. If you have any questions or concerns or topics you want me to discuss, feel free to just let it all out. Troyce, if you decide to move out of LA, where would you go? The only place that would make sense for me to go is I love the Bay Area and I love Chicago and I love New York City. But those cities are obviously expensive. Not expensive like LA expensive, but well, almost like LA. But I would go out of the country. Like I would go somewhere like Barcelona, Spain, because it's so much cheaper. Literally, like Barcelona, Spain is a very cheap place compared to America. And also, I'll probably go to Mexico so I could learn Spanish and I can polish my Spanish and have a nice, reasonable cost of living, because America just isn't it anymore. This just isn't a place that you want to go to if you want to retire, settle down, and relax and buy property here. Unless you move to like rural Mississippi, or you move to somewhere like Alabama, or somewhere where a lot of people aren't going. It's just everywhere is expensive now. So in my head, I'm just like, where can I buy tons and tons and tons and tons of fucking property and still live in a big city? Only thing I can think of is Texas, but Texas Texas is hot as hell. And y'all traffic? Oh no. Happy birthday. My birthday is on the 29th. I've been following you since 2018. I really enjoy your videos and podcasts. My favorite video is the one where you expose Mary Jane Byarm. So, speaking on the topic of Mary Jane Byarm, right? Mary Jane Byarm, that's the one video that everybody always brings up to me. Anytime people recognize me in public and they're like, oh my God, I recognize you. I remember you that video where you confronted that colorist scamming girl, Mary Jane Byarm. That's that one video that people will always bring up. I don't know what it is about that video. No, actually, I do. That's like my best work ever. But that video is like legendary. I love that fucking video. And it really should have 1 million views. That shit has, let's see, how many does it have? I think it's almost at 900K. That shit should be at 1 million. So if you haven't like gave it a thumbs up already, can you like give it a thumbs up? Because that shit deserves 1 million. I busted my fucking ass. My skin was breaking out. Like my skin was flaring because I have like a little bit of like psoriasis around my nose whenever I get stressed sometimes. And that's how bad it was, how stressful it was. But I'm so glad that video, because people need to know who the fuck she is, like a scammer. And what's so interesting even more is Mary Jane Byarm even did a video where she recently tried to apologize. Like she basically tried to apologize to her fans for seeing all the negative hate videos, and she even tried to tell her followers that that everything completely went left. It was her video where she basically said, I have to get something off my chest, something like that. A lot of y'all were sending it to me, or a few y'all. And I'm just like, she's such a fucking, like, she has narcissistic tendencies. Like, there's something literally wrong with her. Like, she's definitely cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, that she sits up here and tries to validate and justify her behavior with, well, you know, sometimes things happen and, you know, it blew up in my face. And what's so crazy more about that situation is she didn't even address the scamming. She just addressed the fact that her traveling agency shit didn't even work out. So that's crazy. Happy birthday. Thank you so much. Mills the Diva. Shout out to Mills. Mills the Diva. I really adore you. Thank you so much for all the love and support. You always show me hella love in my DM. You were like one of the first people that showed me love about the Mary Jane Byarm video. And we definitely got to do a trip. I know you always talk about Peru. And I know you talked about Tel Aviv recently. I don't know if you ended up going, but we definitely will be in touch. We will message each other on Instagram. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. How do you feel about Krishan Rock on Baddies, even though she's pregnant? I think it's the most disgusting thing I've ever experienced in my life. Personally, I'm gonna be real about Baddies. I, generally speaking, want to cancel my Zeus subscription. So they're thinking about bringing Bad Girls Club back. And if they bring Bad Girls Club back, I would say fuck Zeus. I would never support that bullshit ever again and never watch Baddies, because that audition where women were fighting and punching each other and clawing each other in the face, it was probably one of the most disgusting things that I've ever experienced, witnessed, seen, and endured. Like, I'm like, who the fuck is like, this is so low vibrational. And then the fact that she didn't even have the decency to cast a good chunk of the people that audition, she only chose like one person to audition. Everyone else was already insta famous. Like a lot of these people didn't even get to audition, but they got cast on the show. Like she got former BGC girls, she got her lap dog Scotland, and she got like 5 other women from different reality TV shows, and then that was a show. She literally has 14 cast members, and all of them are on the show. And you know what's so crazy is I was talking to Lovely T about this, and it seems like there's like a drought in the entertainment industry, because what the fuck is Mariah Lynn and all these other reality TV stars from different platforms and networks coming to Zeus for it? Isn't VH1 MTV cutting you a check? You know what I mean? Like, why are y'all on Zeus Network? You know, there's a drought in the entertainment industry, and it's really sad that a lot of people are willing to make a fool of themselves for Zeus Network checks. Troyce is not 40. It's a joke, y'all. 42. It's a joke, y'all. That's an inside joke that I have. So if you want to know how old I am, just Google it. Honestly, it's an inside joke. So it's something that I do every year. So literally next year, I'm going to be 43. And how old am I? You'll never know unless you Google it. Oh, and as far as Krishan Rock on Baddies, she needs to just not be on a show like that. Oh wait, let me read some of these. I don't want to skip some of these. It's so many people text messaging at the same time. So let's see. Someone said, been watching since fat back computer shaped ass bitch. Rans, love your videos. You're a real one because everyone, you know, what's so crazy. A girl recently came up to me and asked me if I could like say it. Like she said that her brother watched my videos and she told me that she wanted to record me saying it so that way she could send it to her brother. So she like turned on her iPhone and she pressed record and she was like, "Can you say it?" And I was like, "If I whatever." And I was like, whatever his name was, I was like, hey, fat back computer shaped ass bitch. And she just starts fucking dying laughing. So that was my nickname for that couple channel, the Prince Family DNB Nation's manager, because I did not like her at all. I thought she was like a big reason why the DNB Nation empire was just like it, like she was a big pivotal force behind all the fake pranks and the Chris and Queen stuff. And when they broke up, I did not like her at all. Like I used to go in on her. Like I used to call Tarsa like big computer built bitch. I used to go in on her. I used to talk about her wig. I used to be crazy as fuck. You know, I wouldn't do it now. I might call her something else, but those were the days. Someone said, please talk about the new technology coming our way in the upcoming years. AI, love you. You inspire me to start my podcast. I'm proud of you for starting your podcast. And let me just start by saying AI is going to take over. It's a genius fucking idea. And there's literally nothing we can do about it. The thing about AI is you got to just accept it for what it is. I think that era of trying to stop it is too late. So I think what they're going to do with AI, my personal opinion, they're going to literally tell us, hey, so inflation and a lot of y'all don't want to work. So let's let robots handle it. Let's let taxes handle it and you guys can just stay at home. We'll give you some type of universal based income. And in exchange, you guys give us your freedom where, you know, we can control your social medias. We can control when you fly. We can control, you know, how you're treated in society. And if we don't like you, we can eradicate you and get rid of you. So in exchange for AI advancing or robots taking over, we're going to have to somehow give something, but they're going to make us feel like we need it and want it. Because AI is a great idea. You can literally get AI to like write your resume for you. You can get AI to create a YouTube video for you. You can get AI to analyze your background and create a whole scene. You can use AI for a lot of things, you know? You can put people's face on another person's body. AI is just advancing and it's kind of our fault. So there's nothing we can do. All you can do is just invest in something that's tangible, like maybe stocks or something like that, or at least a cryptocurrency, or invest into things involving like technology. So that way, when things do take off, your stock goes up. Or, you know, make sure you own something before things go crazy. You know, I know people are trying to buy homes in the metaverse, whatever the fuck that means, but try to own something so that way it can never be taken away from you and you can dictate it. Or get the fuck out of westernized society. You know, I know the Caribbean is starting to catch up with AI. Like I know in Jamaica, they're doing things such as they're doing a lot of things. Like it's just a lot of things that we're seeing. Like now, clubs are more advanced. You're starting to see more kiosks in some parts of the Caribbean. They're just now catching up, but you got to get out of westernized society. Anywhere you traveled and didn't feel safe? Anywhere I traveled where I didn't feel safe? That's a good question. So I've been to 10 fucking countries, right? And I'll say I was fine in Ethiopia. I was fine in Senegal. I was fine in London. The only place I didn't feel safe, but I still love is Kingston, Jamaica in some points. Because when I went to Kingston, Jamaica, I had a good ass fucking time. I felt safe 95% of the times. But there was this one instance where this man walked up to me. He was like this young, he had to be like maybe like 19 or some shit. And he was like, hey, give me your phone. And I was like, no. And I just literally walked towards ongoing traffic and jaywalked to get away from him. But that's a long story within itself. And then also when I was walking around downtown Jamaica, I remember hella people when I was on my phone kept saying, hey, man, put your phone away, put your phone away, put your phone away. Because downtown Kingston in Jamaica is considered the hood, is considered not the best area. But that's where the only place I could say that I felt like, damn, I gotta keep my head on a swivel. Like everybody was like watching over their backs. There was moments where like people were like looking at your shoes and that was it. But other than that, most of Kingston, Jamaica, I felt fine where I went. But downtown Kingston, Jamaica, it gets active. I could just feel it in the air. But it's a nice place. I liked it. Happy birthday. I've been rocking with you since you got your phone stolen. Please give family updates. You look great, by the way. Thank you so much. And I'm sorry I'm not catching all y'all comments. If you have a question, I'm scrolling all the way to the bottom now, so feel free to ask now. So, family update. Honestly, I'm still not in contact with either of my parents. I did a podcast actually where I talked about my mother reaching out to me, and that's about it. If you want to go know more about that, go listen to that on Apple, Spotify, or SoundCloud, or link in my description box on any of my videos. But yeah, I'm not in contact with relatives. A piece of me is like maybe one day, but a piece of me is just like, nah, love you, forgive you, but access denied. There's just no point of being in contact with people who gaslight. I'm related to a good portion of people who have narcissistic tendencies. I come from a very long line of crazies. So it's a lot of, I don't remember that. Well, I mean, if you feel like I did that or whatever you think I did, then that's what you think. It's like, bitch, I'm trying to fucking address to you some shit you said or did to me that fucking traumatized me. Like, my dad is even worse. Like, I don't even think there's any getting through to my fucking dad. Like, my dad is like, okay. My dad's a bitch. Like, love you, forgive you, but my dad is a whole bitch. Like, I remember one time when I was a child. I've never told this story, right? Tell me why my dad literally, like, one time he made us like some noodles, right? He made me and my brother some noodles, and it was like microwavable noodles. It was disgusting. We told him we weren't hungry, and he was the type to be like, I don't care. I don't care. And when I was younger, my mom literally used to ask my dad, do you think the kids are hungry? My dad would be like, yeah, I think they are. And she would like take out a whole bunch of food, or if it wasn't enough on the plate, he would tell my mom, no, put more on the plate, put more on the plate. And even when we would come downstairs and say, oh, we're not hungry, he'd be like, I don't care, what you want, and still force us to eat. So here's the story. One time I was really sick. I don't know why I was sick, but I was eating food that I just did not like and I did not want. And it was like these microwavable noodles that my dad made. I literally ate it, and then I was like throwing up because it was so disgusting. And I threw up in my mouth a little bit. My dad told me to come here real quick because he had to ask me a question. I walked over to my dad while he was on the chair, like on the couch area, or whatever. And he basically looked at me. He was like, what's that in your mouth? So mind you, I had baby barf. I had some throw up in my mouth from eating the food. I was like, he was like, what's in your mouth? What's going on right there? I looked at my dad and I said, oh, from the food that I'm eating, I threw up a little bit. My dad looked at me and he said, I'm trying not to laugh because it's fucked up. My dad looked at me and said, I want you to drink it. What? He literally looked at me and was like, I want you to drink it. And I literally had to drink my own fucking throw up in front of his bitch ass. My dad was terrible. He was so fucked up. Oh my god, my dad was terrible. He was like terrible. Like now, like I look at these things and I think, wow, that was really fucked up. But back then I just dusted off. Yep. Oh hell no, what the fuck? Yes, he literally made me do that. Like it was fucked. It was traumatizing. I still remember it to this day. My dad was very much like Joe Jackson. My dad was not the best person. Like if y'all think my mother's like my mother and my sister, they're one thing. If you follow me enough and know about my journey in life, you know about my mom and you know about my sister. But my dad, he was like very in and out. So it's like there wasn't that much for me to tell other than like those few token memories. Emotionally immature parents. Yep. He said it in Creole. Yep. Wait, no. Well, he said he didn't talk to us in Creole that much, but there were times where he would go off on his Creole. I don't think he said that in Creole because my dad, he used to speak to us in English, and my mom spoke to us in Creole. But sometimes he would go off on us in Creole. But I don't think he said it in Creole. He didn't say it in Creole. This was years ago, and mind you, I want to say 7 or 8. Thoughts on Doja parasocial situation? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Someone said you should have barfed it on his face. You should have barfed it on your dad's face. I really should have, but then he would have beat me the fuck up. Glad you cut them off. You have to. That's the one thing you learn in life is you just have to get rid of people who are toxic. I didn't feel safe for you when you went to address this chick who was screaming, who was scamming her subscribers. You are bold, bold. Yes. So I approached her, and again, the whole Mary Jane Byron thing. I really wish I would have did a little bit more, like press the issue a little bit more. But I was ready to go home, and I still interviewed her on the spot. For me, it was like a quick little 4-minute interview where I got to converse with her. And yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy. Again, like you don't know what could have happened. Like she could have had some crazy ass fucking people around her. She could have been involved with some type of crazy fucking scheme or whatever. And some people even suspect, this is what people have suspected, that she was part of some type of, you know, human trafficking scheme, because she's trying to fly out all these young girls and that she don't even know to some random country. So you don't know these people. Like, you don't know what these people are capable of. I feel like parents force feeding their children is low key sadistic. It's evil, actually. And that's a big reason why a lot of us have eating disorders, because a lot of us grow up eating, or a lot of us overeat because we grew up with parents telling us that we have to eat everything off of our plate. It was crazy. But you should come to my country. We have lots of West Indians. We have lots of Jamaicans and Trinidadians. What country are you from? Thank you for the birthday wishes. I appreciate that so much. Thoughts on Doja Cat and Lizzo? I low-key think Doja Cat is going through like a humiliation ritual. I think there's a lot of chaos involving Lizzo. Like, she definitely should not be excused from sexual assault and forcing her backup dancers to shove bananas down their throats and just shoving in someone's cootie cat. If that's the case, she shouldn't be out here telling them to do certain sexual things for like people's rise. And I don't know what type of sick shit she's on, but she deserves to get backlash. But I feel like she's kind of going through a humiliation ritual, because a piece of me is like, where the hell do these people come from? You know, these people have these allegations from years ago, like 2-3 years ago. Where do y'all come from? Like, who's giving y'all all this media coverage? You know, why isn't the media protecting Lizzo? Because first Lizzo was like the face of fat acceptance, and oh yeah, you know, I'm confident in myself, and you know, I think Lizzo is very calculated. I like her music, but I think she's very calculated. I think she generally likes feeding into the haters because it makes her more famous. And I think she likes feeding into it because it gives her like a niche to latch onto to make people pay attention to her. So I think it's a humiliation ritual. And I think Doja Cat is just trolling people. And I think she went through something very traumatic in the industry. And I don't think she'll be around for a long time if she keeps this act up. Because as we all know, Doja Cat lost like 500,000 followers. Doja Cat is going to be out of here very soon if she keeps this nastiness and telling her fans to fuck off and leave her the hell alone. I think it's trolling. And then the fact that she had like the Grim Reaper in her music video and she had all these red colors. I think what she's doing right now is just trolling. I think she went something traumatic. And if she keeps it up, people aren't going to give a fuck about her, because fans aren't playing anymore. Like, they're not tolerating that bullshit of just you mistreating them and talking to them crazy. Fans are talking with their dollars now. Back then, you could have did that shit with disrespecting your followers and your fans and shit, but now you can't do that shit anymore. Like, it's dead. Happy birthday. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Lala. Thank you so much. Someone said, what do you think is your best era on your YouTube journey? I would say this era, because first of all, the fact that people still watch my videos to this day is fucking crazy. And again, when I was like getting popping on social media and stuff, I didn't realize how popular I was because I spent so much time at the crib editing, binge eating, at the crib editing, binge eating, and things were just growing for me like 6 years ago. And just what it is now, like 6 years ago was like my huge peak. Like, I'll say back in 2017 is when things just jumped up for me. And I didn't realize how popular I was. You know, like, there's people who see me on the street and they're like, whoa, you look amazing. I watched you for years. And I'm just like me getting like seen and spotted and people calling me and saying, hey, I recognize you. Like, it still feels new, even though people have been recognizing me for a long time. It's just like, damn, like, y'all really stuck around. Like, I appreciate people sticking around for so long, because there's a lot of tea channels and commentary channels and gossip channels and rant channels who just died. Like, a lot of these channels just disappeared, and a lot of people don't talk about them no more. Like, there were so many channels that did so well for the longest time, and then now it's like no one cares anymore about these tea channels. Like, these drama channels that used to talk about Jeffree Star every fucking day, some of them are still doing okay and still doing good, but it's just a few token ones. But now we have a new generation of commentary channels, or the commentary channels can talk about the same people. Like that one dude, I think his name is @Tozy or some shit. I don't know if it's, I think it's I don't know. Like, I think it's, I don't know what's his name. It's @Tozy and it's like two others. Some of them are inspired by the shit that I've said. Like, I remember some of them have like picked up on some of my rhetoric. Like, I used to literally call the Ace Family fans fetuses, and one of them started like saying fetuses in his videos. I'm like, bitch, you got that shit from me. Fuck wrong with your coochie. Let me stop. But I'm happy that people still watch me and that my channel is still growing. And it's not like 2 million, 6 million, but I'm fine. I'm pretty happy with people still watching me because there's a lot of people who, don't have to watch. And after all this time, I appreciate still being watched and seen and stuff. And it made me lose a lot of quote unquote friends and people that I thought was cool because people switched up and started acting funny because they saw my brand expanding and doing well. And they just couldn't believe that I went from being fat as fuck and not completely secure within to now being able to still be successful on the internet and still be seen. So it's a blessing. So someone, Shay Costello, hey Shay Costello, she said, "Happy birthday, love your content, never stop delivering us the truth." Thank you so much for coming in. Love you. I appreciate your work and keep going with your YouTube channel. Let's see. Happy birthday, Troyce. Happy birthday. Me and my mom love you. Thank you so much. Love you. And you got us through 2020. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. When people tell me I got them through the pandemic, because that was a crazy ass fucking time. Crazy time, like a scary time. So hold on, let me go back. Let me like start from the beginning. Sorry if I'm skipping your super chat. Let me try to read many other can. Happy birthday, your Cameroonian sis. Much love. Keep flourishing. Thank you so much. I've been meaning to visit Cameroon. I've never had Cameroonian food. Please let me know where the Cameroonians be at because I always hear about Cameroonian food and I just have to try it. Where do y'all be at? Because I need to go to Cameroon or go to a Cameroonian restaurant because there's no Cameroonians like that in LA or California. You should go confront Little Tay scamming fam. That's a really good idea. That is a very fucking good idea. That is such a good idea because as we all know, Little Tay, the little youngest flexer girl, she got her family came forth on Instagram and said that she had unfortunately passed away. It was apparently her and her brother, but come to find out, people are saying that it was a hoax. TMZ ended up retracting their statement confirming her death just to find out that she's apparently still alive. And I find that fucking insane. So that wouldn't be a bad idea. You know what? Thank you for pitching that idea. Maybe I could do that because that is fucking insane that Lil Tay family would put that out there. And I don't like Lil Tay's family at all because they really sat up there and they exploited that girl. And they exploited her to the extent that where she got taken away and given to her dad. And honestly, I don't feel bad for her mom or her brother for getting that for her getting taken away. That's what they get. You exploited that child, did it for money, fame, and notoriety, and you put a target on her back. Thoughts on the gender wars on Twitter and TikTok? I'm so fucking sick of that same conversation every fucking day. I'm so tired of that. Like, the conversation of, what a high value woman is? High value man this, high value man this. See, men got to be this and women got to be like this. And I'm tired of these conversations. Date who the fuck you want to date. Date who makes you feel comfortable and date who makes you feel happy about yourself. Because at the end of the day, whoever you date is nobody's fucking business. It's really unfortunate we always got to have these same dumbass conversations every fucking day. I'm just sick of it. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to open up another tab and I'm going to watch everything from a different tab. Yeah, it's always black men versus black women. Okay, so I just had to open the tab so I could read these comments better. So that's what I'm going to do. So yeah, so now if you have a question, feel free to ask again. Thoughts on They Clone Tyrone? I still haven't finished it. Like, I watched the first 20 minutes and then got bored. Like, I made it to the part where the dude at the beginning got slaughtered and then he came to life out of nowhere. And then I remember it was Mike Epps. Was it Mike Epps? It was somebody. I don't. Oh, it was Jamie Foxx. He was like, "How did you survive?" I didn't make it that far. I'm gonna rewatch it though. Thoughts on the Tory Lanez getting 10 years? Okay. So, fun fact about the Tory Lanez thing, I was actually there. I actually attended the Tory Lanez trial. And let me see if I can somehow. I'm trying to see if I can share my screen. How do I share my screen? I don't know how the fuck some people do this. I don't know how to share my screen, but I was actually at the Tory Lanez trial, and to be honest with you, his lawyer was fucking caca mixed with doo-doo mixed with shit. His lawyer literally fucking sat up there, and his lawyer legitimately was like, do we really want to be a part of the statistic to tear another black man down and put him in the system? Meanwhile, the judge was a black man. And it was so bad to the point where the judge literally glanced over at us to see if we were seeing what the Lord was doing. Like he literally like was like writing stuff down and was like the judge was literally looking at the whole audience, and he went back down to look back at his clipboard / paper. And then the Lord was like showing all types of footage. He was showing footage of, because if you want to know how, I'm gonna do a video talking about this or a podcast talking about this, and I'm gonna tell you my experience and everything. I have videos of me there, all that stuff. But unfortunately, they don't let you bring cameras to the courtroom. They don't play that shit. They will literally throw you out in a heartbeat. I wish someone did record it, but you can't record stuff. But it was a lot of media outlets there. And on top of that, fun fact, somebody actually crossed my name off the list and swapped their name with my name so that way they can get into the courtroom. I was really upset about that, but I'll talk about that later because I almost didn't get in because I got to the courtroom real early, but somebody scratched my name off the list just so they can get in. But yeah, that was crazy. That was fucking crazy. The Tory Lanez situation was crazy. Honestly, the man should never had a gun. He just should never had a gun. He should be in jail. It is what it is. The dude has a crazy, extensive criminal history, and that chapter is closed. It's unfortunate that we'll never really know what happened that night. All we know is Meg was injured. Tory had a gun. Regardless of the DNA was inconclusive or not, the man went to jail and the chapter is closed. That's all I got to say on that. Someone said, happy birthday, Troyce. Would you ever consider acting? I know things are a mess with the Hollywood strikes, but would you ever participate in indie films? You know what? I actually would participate in acting. Like I would still consider acting because that was one of my main goals, like to be in the acting industry. But unfortunately, with the way Hollywood is going and the fact that they're barely paying people and the fact that Hollywood is now in a way just like shitting on the entertainers, and now a lot of people aren't going on production sets, and now you have to like get on strike. And I would still act, but it's more of like a bucket list thing for me. You know what I mean? That's what I would act for. I wouldn't act for any other reason than to just do it for fun. As far as like building a career, I think that period of Hollywood and the entertainment industry has fizzled out and dried out. So I would still act. As far as like trying to make a living off of it and trying to build a brand off of acting, maybe not. It would be nice to get an Academy Award for a role that I did, but I appreciate having my own platform because one of the first things I ever wanted to do is I wanted to act and be entertained. That was my main goal. Because fun fact, I don't talk about this very often, but listen, y'all, manifestation is so real. I've been manifesting like having a platform and being an entertainer since I was like 12. Like I just had to believe it would happen. Fun fact, if y'all want to manifest, let me give y'all some quick advice real quick. You got to convince yourself that shit is actually going to happen. Like you have to practice for it. So if you see yourself being an entrepreneur or a business person, you know, change your email to your name CEO like at gmail.com or whatever. You know, do things that a CEO or a business owner would do. Like change things around you a little bit. You know, dress a certain way. If you see yourself owning a business one day or being a famous artist, dress like how the famous artist would do. Because one thing I used to do is when I was like 13, anyone that went to school with me will probably tell you, but I didn't really fuck with people, so they wouldn't know or remember. I used to literally write autographs for people. Like I literally used to like sign people's papers, and I used to be like, "That's gonna be worth something one day. That's gonna be worth something one day." I'll just sign stuff and be like, "That's gonna be worth something," and people would just like laugh and think that I was being ridiculous. Like there were some people who would like entertain me and be like, "Yeah, sure, I'll take your autograph," and I'll just sign it and whatever. And then one of my really good friends, Julie from middle school, that was like my really good friend in middle school. Shout out to Julie. I still follow her to this day. And I don't think she watched my videos, but shout out to her. She's my really good friend. I remember she literally told me, no, when you sign your autograph, you got to put the date. That's what you have to do. So I literally would sign stuff and then put like a date next to it. And I'd be like, that's gonna be worth something one day. When I was in high school, I used to like tell people like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be a popular entertainer. I'm gonna be like a popular actor and people are gonna know who I am. So yeah, stay tuned for that. That's what I used to literally say. I used to always tell myself that. Like I literally used to prepare myself for fame. Like when I used to have anxiety from like walking into a classroom, I literally used to just pretend that like it was like paparazzi's all eyes on me. Like it's okay, I'm gonna be influential one day. It's okay. Like I feel like everyone's looking at me, and even though they probably weren't, I just tell myself it's okay. Like don't be nervous walking into a classroom. Like they're all probably just looking at you because they want your autograph. Like I would just convince myself and use like the negative things as ways to manifest. You know, when I was like working and building towards my YouTube channel when I first started it, I used to walk in the hot ass sun to the library all the time, going to Starbucks to use their Wi-Fi because my mom didn't have the bread to like put Wi-Fi in the house. And then on top of that, I couldn't film in my house because my sister was an evil bitch and she literally used to do crazy stuff all the time. She used to steal my belongings. She used to try to get me in trouble and talk shit and be like, oh, Troyce is making a video, like all types of shit like that. So I literally used to tell myself every time I walk to Starbucks or I walk to a place with Wi-Fi, this is all gonna be worth it one day. In the next 5 years, in the next 10 years, it's all gonna be worth it. It's all gonna be worth it. I'm gonna look back and be glad that I'm finding ways to upload videos. Like I would literally film videos at the crib, put everything like on a USB jump drive or whatever, or on an SD card, like, and then immediately I would take my SD card and I would like just go to, you know, let's see, a nearby library. If the library is closed, I was going to Starbucks. If Starbucks was packed and there was nowhere to sit, I was literally standing or sitting outside or sitting on the sidelines until somebody moved so I could like plug in my laptop or plug in my computer and charge it so that way I could like insert my SD card and just upload. Like I literally used to take my whole computer set with me. And back then I couldn't really afford a laptop. So I used to have like a whole computer set. Like I literally had like the laptop and the big back, fat back computer. I used to like put it like in my luggage. Like I used to carry my luggage around and wheel it around. You know, people used to even think that I was homeless when I used to like walk around with like luggage all the time. When in reality, I was like walking around with my luggage and my camera equipment all the time because I didn't want my sister to steal shit and because I need to make sure I was ready to like film and get stuff done. So I used to literally like wheel my luggage around my entire neighborhood all the time. I would like leave it in my brother's trunk and be like, hey, like, I gotta get my stuff. My brother would be at work, and I would like find some way to walk an hour or Uber to his job, and I would just like take all my stuff out of his trunk and then just be ready to film some videos. So I used to always tell myself, it's all gonna be worth it one day. It's all gonna be worth it one day. I'm building like a big, big legacy and just manifest stuff. Let's see. So again, I'm scrolling to the end of the comment section. So if you have a question, please feel free to keep asking. Yes, it was a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot. It was not easy at all. It was like trying to get so much stuff done, trying to build a brand. Oh my God. It was a lot to get here. So that's why I try my best to remember who I am because a lot of people, like one of my biggest pet peeves is a lot of let me tell you about these fucking influencers, right? A lot of these influencers will like get a following, get a platform, forget about where the fuck they came from and all that shit. And they completely just like go Hollywood or think that they're hot shit and they're untouchable. And I don't like people like that. You know, I don't like people who are hot shit and forget about where they came from, the struggles they've endured, if they even did endure struggles. Like one thing I always tell myself is I would never be one of these fucking dumbass bimbos or these dumbass raggedy bitch ass boys who just get popular and famous and known or build some type of platform and then just like shit on everybody and think that I'm better than people. Like I'll never do that. Like I hate people who did that because just like y'all watch influencers, I watch them too. And I was on the receiving end. They would like never respond to comments. They were always entitled. And that's a big reason why I started like building a platform for calling all these fake ass influencers out. And that's why a lot of people fucked with me because it was like, yes, finally someone is calling these influencers out. I was that person like watching influencers and being so fucking disappointed that they was switching up. And I would make content and videos of me talking about how I can't stand that they just switched up and just became a whole new fucking person. So that's why I got inspiration to start making videos because I just hated how people just switched up. Troyce, you should do a video on people's obsession with worshiping Beyonce. If people like Beyonce, I think people put Beyonce on this ridiculous pedestal, like she's just some type of god. I like old school Beyonce. I don't really care for new Beyonce. I'm just saying. Oh, I never read the super chat. Did you see how bad the BET Awards were this year? Honestly, no, because I didn't watch that shit. I haven't watched an award show in a long. I don't like award shows. They're corny as fuck. They're repetitive. They get Trevor Noah or the corny ass comedians to like host it every year. I don't like award shows. I don't like award shows no more. They've gone downhill. Award shows haven't been the same since like 2010. Award shows have just gone downhill. Happy birthday. I wanted to know if there is anything you do to gain income outside of YouTube. So outside of YouTube, what do I do? Okay. So I have a Patreon. Patreon does good for me because that's where I post exclusive content where I can't post it on YouTube. If I want to have a discussion or a Q&A, I go on Patreon. If I have like any cool like videos or like podcasts that I want to film, I post those on Patreon. Like my podcast, like people think that all my brand is just YouTube. Like no, I'm not just on YouTube. I'm on Spotify. I'm on iHeartRadio. I'm on SoundCloud. I'm on a lot of different platforms, and I talk about a lot of crazy shit that you would never see the light of day on YouTube, because YouTube would just flag my shit, take it down, and y'all would never see me ever again because they would shut down my channel. So podcasting, if I get sponsorships for those are good. Like I've been sponsored by a few different companies on my podcast. So if you go to my podcast, support it, show it love, that helps me a lot. And as far as that, I also have a second YouTube channel. A lot of people don't know this. I have a second YouTube channel that's self-titled. So that's Destined Troyce. That's a second. So that's another source of income. So my main channel, my second channel, my Patreon, and then the sponsorship I get on my podcast. And then I'm currently working on some other shit that I unfortunately thought I was going to have ready, but it's not ready yet. And that's going to be another source of income. So there's that. So right now, it's just 4 different things as far as my brand: podcasting, second channel, Patreon, YouTube, second channel. Someone said, happy birthday. How do you feel about, oh my God, wait. How do you feel about the old Alabama brawl? Let me tell you something. I feel like it was a win for the culture. I don't know what the fuck they were fighting about. I know it has something to do with the fact that those people who, like, that group of white folks that hit that black man, has something to do with them not wanting to move their boat. And I was so happy that that man and everybody in that crowd beat the fuck out of that family and instead of caring. I was happy. I don't know what it was, but I was happy. I was living for it. And I love the fact that that man beat the fuck out of this one dude with the chair. And I love the fact that that man swam his ass over there to help jump into the fight. I loved it. Somebody said, any tips for getting and staying healthy? So for getting and staying healthy, my best advice to you is honestly moderation. Eat whatever the fuck you want, but in moderation. Like for me, I lost a lot of weight from drinking a lot of lemon water, and then of course eating a tablespoon of sea moss every single day, because that alone already suppresses your appetite, and it's already a multivitamin. But if you want to like lose weight, moderation is key. So you can get smaller plates or smaller spoons, or you can have days where you just eat whatever the fuck you want, and then most of the week you just completely like fast. Like just don't eat for like hours. Like don't eat until like 6 p.m. Like skip breakfast and lunch and then just go straight to dinner, and just drink a lot of water. Drink a ton of water. That's just the easy way you can do it. And then eventually you'll grow up and you'll go from there. Someone said, what happened to the documentaries? That is such a good question. The documentaries are still here. Like I'll still do them. Like I'll still do documentaries. I know a lot of y'all still want to do one on my wife and kids. Everybody hates Chris. There's someone, I'll still do them. And everybody still wants me to do an update on Black child stars that passed away, like a part 2. I'm gonna still do those. I mean, I do them subtly. Like I guess the DJ Vlad one was kind of a documentary, but I'm going to step it back up again. If you have any suggestions, please be sure to email me, DM me, or comment it here, because I have a lot of documentaries I want to do. Like I really want to do a documentary on LaToya Forever and how she damn near blasted Michael Jackson's ass, because that's a very fucking like good discussion to have, because a lot of people just don't talk about that. Like how LaToya Jackson tried to blast Michael Jackson many years ago, and then come to find out she admitted to being a whole fucking liar, and that a popular label executive named, I think she said his name was Gordon something, I forgot his name, but he put her up to it and told her to go against Michael because he was a narcissist. Her narcissistic husband did not like Michael because he couldn't control Michael. And LaToya Jackson was going on this whole smear campaign, going on different TV shows, just blasting Michael Jackson. That was one that I was working on. I was like reading the book, but I just lost motivation. But again, documentaries will come back. Like those shits are coming back. I just need to muster up the motivation and find something that's worth doing. Oh, and I'm also doing a documentary on this crazy ass fucking like reality star Y'all remember Danger from For the Love of Ray J? That bitch was crazy as fuck. The one with the face tattoo. I'm gonna do a documentary on her. There's so much stuff I gotta talk about. I don't want to say too much because some commentators may be watching, and I don't want them to beat me to it. I want to have a lot of ideas. I have like a whole page of ideas to talk about, but I don't want like other commentators to beat me to it. So I'm just like, let me keep certain things on the wraps. Video on the celebrity that passed away on the 25th, like Aaliyah and Static Major. I talked about that so long ago. You're a real one. So there's like a lot of symbolism with a lot of people dying on the 25th. It was so weird, or dying at 25. It was really odd. But I could do a video talking about that. I could deep dive into that. Hey, Sensational Finds. Hey, was good. I know you've been watching me for a good minute. Thank you so much for the love and support. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. So let's see. Somebody says, I don't know who that is. Sure 7 collab. Heard about the Russia and Niger situation? No, I have not. Please enlighten me. Thoughts on the lady freaking out on the plane? What do you think she saw? You mean that African lady? I don't know what you're talking about. You have to, if you have like ideas for videos you want me to complete, please feel free to send videos, and please feel free to send things you want me to talk about via DM. Like, follow me on Instagram and feel free to DM me on Instagram what you want to talk about, because I do check my DMs. I try my best to check them, and if I don't reply, double send it so that way I'll see it and it goes to the top. Let's see. Advice for queer Black youth. Accept yourself for who you are, and if people don't like you or respect you, then fuck them. At the end of the day, it's not people's problem. Well, no, it's not your problem that people have a problem with you. You need to live your fucking life and tell those motherfuckers to kiss your fucking ass. Tell them to go to hell. Just be you. Because I think sometimes we're so caught up with people trying to accept us or accept you for your race, your hair, your skin. Just accept yourself. Like, work on accepting yourself, and then eventually the people who fuck with you will gravitate towards you. You know, like, if you're like, when you define that confidence within yourself, people will just come to you because they fuck with that and they like that about you. Just pour into yourself. Stop worried about having validation from others. And if you keep worried about having validation, ask yourself why are you so worried about having their validation? Where does that stem from? Is it because your mother wouldn't give you validation? Is it because your father won't give you validation? You know, work on saying fuck the people in your earlier life who wouldn't give you validation. And then when you're able to do that, everyone else will be a walk in the park. You won't give a fuck about what everyone else got to say. Happy birthday, gang. When will the battle of the sexes in the Black community fucking end? Oh my fucking God. Unfortunately, I don't think it's anytime soon. I think most people are just self-absorbed, narcissistic, and just think that I think everyone's different. Like, whatever you want to date or whatever you enjoy is different. Just be with someone that's a good person. Be with someone that you vibe with and makes your life easier and is a good support system. And if you're comfortable with them, it is what it is. That conversation of like a support system and shit, like of like what a man supposed to be, what a woman supposed to be. Everybody has different needs for different things. Some people believe in going half. Some people don't believe in going half. I'm tired of this fucking conversation. And goddamn, Kevin Samuels is a big reason why this shit started. Thoughts on Tyrese suing Home Depot? Tyrese is suing Home Depot? I don't be knowing any of this shit. Yo, like, I gotta look into that. Please be sure to like text, like, not text me, DM me or tweet me like what you're talking about. I'm gonna do a Google search. I don't know any of this stuff. Y'all be giving me some great ideas. Thoughts on Sprinkle Sprinkle? I always hear that shit. I always like see a lot of people I follow be like, Sprinkle Sprinkle. Does that mean like somebody giving you an opportunity, like being spoiled? I'm not sure what that even means, but I see that all the time. It's low-key annoying. I think it's annoying because I don't understand it. Thoughts on the government saying aliens exist? Honestly, it's a distraction. It's a distraction. It's a distraction. All of it's a distraction. I think it's all distractions to distract us from the whole Jeffrey Epstein shit. Y'all remember Jeffrey Epstein, that man who was a serial pedophile who had this crazy pedophile ring going on this private island. I think he owned a private island in the Virgin Islands or whatever. And he was like flying out all these young women, flying out all these Victoria's Secret models. He had all these major celebrities on this island. I think the Clintons were there. Naomi Campbell's ass was there with her annoying ass. Let's see. Who else was there? I think Pharrell was on the list. I could be wrong. And who else was on the list? I could be wrong about Pharrell. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. I think he was on. It was a lot of people on that list. It was so many fucking people. Oh, that fucking Tom, what was it? Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks and his bitch was on the list. It was so many mainstream A-listers on that list, and I'm over here just like, what? And then fucking what? I think Oprah was cool with this guy. So many fucking major mainstream celebrities were cool with this Epstein guy. And I think they're trying to distract us with the writer's strike and aliens. Like they'll be like, hey, look, aliens. Or like, hey, look, writer's strike. Like there's just so much going on. You know, I'm gonna be making a video for the end of the year, like a whole recap on all the fucked up shit that happened all throughout 2023. Like I'm actually still writing that to this day. Like I have a long ass list of things that I'm gonna be talking about that happened in 2020. Like I have a whole list right here. I have a list in my notes app that I'm looking at right now. Crazy things that happened in 2023. Don Lemon fired from CNN with his punk ass. Twitter and Instagram just giving away blue checks. Jerry Springer passing away. Tina Turner passing away at 83. Ice Spice becoming the biggest artist in the world. Jonathan Majors arrested for allegedly physically assaulting his girlfriend. Tory Lanez getting sentenced. Jada Pinkett's Table Talk getting canceled off of Facebook Watch. Let's see. Frank Ocean dragged for his whack ass concert in Coachella. The writer's strike. It's so much stuff. I'm reading the list right now, and it's so much stuff that I'm going to talk about. And aliens will be one of those. Yeah, but the Jeffrey Epstein thing, I think that is like what they're trying to bury because not many mainstream news outlets are talking about it. That dude was a serial pedophile and was a crazy human trafficker. He was a popular accountant. He worked with some of the biggest stars and the biggest influencers. And I think all these little subtle things are just distractions to help us pivot away from that. Happy birthday, Troyce. Is there any opinions that you used to have that have changed? I remember, let's see. Um, I used to kind of subscribe to the whole victim mentality that oftentimes plagues a lot of people of color. Like, I think it's so easy to be like, oh, fuck that. Yeah, all these people are this, all these people are that. Because this system of like racism and prejudice, like it's fucked up. But then I realized, wait, I can complain all I want, but why don't I be part of the change I want to see? Like, why don't I create my own platform? Why don't I create my own shit? Why don't I put myself on? Why the fuck do I give a fuck about, these fucking evil corporate giants like trying to build an agenda against me? Why don't I say, fuck that? I'm going to build an agenda against you and I'm going to create my own platform, shit on you, make way more money than you. It might not be easy, but I can I can try. I can try. Melanated people or people in general, melanated people especially, like you can literally thrive under pressure. You could just see the fuck shit that goes on with, the representation in the media and the news, and the fact that some people don't even give a fuck to even like put on black people to get in higher spaces. But I can just see all this shit and be like, play victim about it and say, like it's so hard for why do I need to subscribe to that victim mentality shit? Like I could literally just start my own shit. I could start my own event. Like for example, like I used to feel some type of way when I wouldn't get invited to things like VidCon or get featured. Like I'd be like, all these other motherfuckers got featured. You literally got the whitewashed black YouTubers on, the panels, and they haven't posted in like 12 fucking years. Why the fuck are they on there? Like I saw, I'd be like, y'all literally handpicked token black. Like why, even if it's not me, why don't y'all pick other like black beauty gurus or like that are not problematic, that aren't having tweets resurface of them talking about pedophilia, talking about 12-year-olds being attracted and shit? Why don't they feature all these other makeup girls who are like from the East Coast, the West Coast, or all over the world who don't have problematic tweets of them saying the fucking N-word, and then I just realized, why should they? Why should these major corporations give me a fucking chance when I can give myself a chance? I don't fucking want your hand. I don't want your handout, bitch. I'll make some shit myself and I'll put on and connect the people that I want to connect. So I used to have this opinion of like, oh, everything's just so hard. All these people just don't want to fucking help anybody. And then I just realized, why do I care? I can just create my own opportunities. They can go to fucking hell. They're trash. And sometimes these corporate giants who control Hollywood and the entertainment industry and most of the wealth in America are trash, but I could just start my own wave. I love your content, birthday. How can I grow a YouTube channel? How can you grow a YouTube channel? honestly, be consistent. Like that's like the best advice I can give. Like I know it's so cliche and everybody says that shit, but that is the most underrated thing that people oftentimes overlook. People will literally sit up here and be like, "Oh, I want to be a YouTuber. I want to create this, and I want to be that." And I hate to say it, but a lot of people just want to be YouTubers because they want to escape their 9 to 5, or because they're just fucking like they just want to be like they just think that there's all this fucking money that comes with being an influencer, and that's just not the reality of it. You know, you have to be very, very consistent if you want to see any growth or anything that's lucrative out of being an influencer. Just hustle, work really hard. You don't have to collaborate people. You don't have to kiss people's asses to get a chance. Just post your content and people will flock to you, especially because YouTube is a search engine. There's billions of fucking people who are searching on YouTube all the time, every single day, how to do hair, how to make a mimosa, how to do this. Whatever you're good at, just put it out there and just make an effort and be consistent with it. Most people can't be consistent. Happy birthday, Troyce. I love your content. You put me on to Lovely Tea. Oh my, I never heard that before. I'm happy you fuck with her too. You are both my top YouTubers. You should do lives more often. I will definitely do more lives more often because people always tell me to do lives, and I do pay for this little subscription so that way I can like go live, but I just don't go live. I think because there's just so much going on, and I just don't think people care enough to sit here for like 2 hours and watch me go live. Like, here's the thing. I watch some people's lives, right? But then there's other times where I'll get annoyed at people on live because sometimes they'll literally sit on live and talk about absolutely fucking nothing. Like there's people who go on live and will literally be like, "Thanks for the super chat," and then that's it. And then literally their whole comment section is like what, like 4 people. There's like 4 people in there, and they're on live for like 17 hours. And there's people that are, live stream comments saying, "I got fish plates for sale," or "Everybody subscribe to my channel. I'm doing family content with my hubby," and a whole bunch of shit. So I just think a lot of live streams kind of annoy me. Maybe that's why I don't go live. But I think because I already have a substantial audience, I know people want to see me talk about things and people want to ask me questions while I'm on live. I think it would make sense. But I can go live more. I can go live more. I can definitely do that. I'll go live again. Thoughts on the music industry right now? It seems like TikTok is way more is way more popular than music nowadays. I guess that's what you're saying. Yeah, that's what it is. If you can get clicks and attention, you'll blow in the music industry. The music industry is in shambles right now. Nobody wants to take a chance on somebody unless everyone else does. So a lot of people are going out of their way to pour into the people who are blowing up on TikTok. No one wants to be the first person to take a chance on you. No one wants to go looking for talent because that talent may not sell. So now they're looking for the next clickbaity person that's going to drive attention, i.e. Ice Spice. I like Ice Spice, but she's not the best rapper. She's not the best musician. Her music is mid, low key, but she's pretty. She's fly. She makes catchy songs and she has a great producer, and that's what people are flocking towards. There's just nothing we can really do. The music industry is just always fucking changing, and it's a reflection of the society we live in. I think a lot of people who listen to music are just bored. Like they're tired of hearing something that sounds similar. They just want something that stands out, and TikTok is that. Things that go viral on TikTok are things that stand out and are slightly different. How are you getting your bills paid if YouTube is taking down your videos? YouTube does not like real people. Now, fortunately for me, sweetheart, what's your name? Desiree Ajay. I don't go crazy with like my finances. Like a lot of people who get money on YouTube, like for example, so a lot of my videos do get shadow banned and blocked, right? People always ask me how am I able to sustain myself after so many years, because when I got like good checks and did well for myself on YouTube and still do pretty fine for myself on YouTube, I didn't go out and go crazy and get these luxury ass fucking penthouses. You know what I mean? Like I didn't go out and go buy a luxury car. Like, what's so crazy? I'm gonna put y'all on some real shit. Y'all wanna know some tea about me real quick? I don't have a fucking car. I literally walk everywhere. If I don't walk, I'm hopping on that train. I'm walking around everywhere, or I'll literally hop on the city bus real quick to go across town. And guess what? I don't give a fuck and have no shame, because I'd rather just keep my money in my checking account, maybe buy stock here and there, maybe throw it in my savings account, and then maybe just sprinkle it in places where it's necessary. Sprinkle it in places where, things that got to get paid. I'm literally like thinking about the bills that I'm going to have to pay or I want to completely pay off for the next 5 months. Like I'm literally contemplating for the next couple of months, paying my rent 6 months in advance, and then just stacking up whatever money I have left over and throwing more into my savings and then pouring more into my retirement account. So I don't go crazy with the ridiculous amount of spending like a lot of influencers do. That's your business if you do, but it's going to be a really ugly future if you go out of your way to try to keep up with the Joneses and you spend a ridiculous amount of money and you pour all your money into like penthouses and if I'm gonna spend money on things, I'll spend it on things that are fun, cool. Like I'll spend it on things like traveling. And even when I travel, I'm still kind of cheap. But I don't feel the need to go crazy with the money that I make. Cause for what? I don't have like a whole bunch of fucking kids to take care of. I don't have like a whole bunch of fake ass friends that I'm trying to impress. My money just like I just let it sit there. I just relax. There's some people who are influencers who are just living paycheck to paycheck, paycheck to paycheck to paycheck to paycheck. They're getting these crazy brand deals that are like fucking insane. Like they're getting like 6-figure brand deals and they're just blowing through it, like buying clothes, designers, and sunglasses, and this and that, and greens, eggs, potatoes, and a whole bunch of shit. And I chill. I don't gotta go crazy with the spending. I just don't need to. I don't have anything to prove. So someone said, happy birthday, Troyce. Thank you so much. Thoughts on Carly Russell? I have an unpopular opinion video that I'm ready to drop on her. So we'll talk about that soon. Thoughts on Cynthia G? I never had a problem with Cynthia G. I find her entertaining. I don't agree with everything she says, and she is very like what does she call people? I think she calls herself the Bussy Popper. Like I don't know. Like I think she's like a part of that like that I think she's like she is. I feel like she is literally like a traditional feminist. Like she reminds me of the feminists from like the 1980s and like the 1970s. You know what I'm saying? Like she has her popular opinions about womanhood and trans issues and what like she's a traditional feminist. I have no problem with her. She's been popping for years. I have no problem with Cynthia G. When will you do one on the Smith family? I remember you once do a video on them, especially with Jaden and Willow R. Yes, I will definitely do a video about the Smith family because some of the things they allowed Willow Smith to do when she was young is so weird. The fact that she was out here making music about summer flings and she was posting half nude photos on Instagram with her and a 20-year-old in her bed. There's a lot of things that, them being held. Like there's just something really weird about the way their kids turned out. And there's something really weird about Will and Jada. That would be a video that I'll definitely do one day. That's a good documentary. Someone said creating is hard. Yeah, creating is very fucking hard. It's absolutely hard because the thing is, when you are a content creator and you're making content on the internet, you have to be very consistent or else people are going to wake up one day and not watch you. Literally, that's literally how disposable and easy you are. Like when you're a content creator, people treat you like you're a side bitch. Like you're literally just as disposable as their side bitches. A lot of people have a roster of YouTubers they watch. When y'all aren't watching me, y'all aren't thinking about me. Y'all thinking about the next influencer that you watch or the next influencer that you can watch. Y'all have a roster of influencers that you still watch. How many people are y'all subscribed to that you don't even like click on their videos anymore? You know what I mean? Like there's so many influencers that you probably watch and I watch that you're just like, okay, yeah, I'm subscribed to you, but I don't care. Your content isn't good enough for me to care enough to keep watching you consistently. And that's what it is. Like the thing is, content creation is hard because everybody has a roster of people that they feed into. There's a lot of people that I'm subscribed to. I'm subscribed probably to 1,000 people and probably only keep up with like 15 different people. And there's people who post on YouTube and I'm like, yes, this is a treat because anytime they post, I'm interested and I'm invested. And then there's people that post and I'm just like, oh, whatever. Like a good example is I really like that Kelly Stamps girl, right? I think she's very entertaining. I think she's a very fly, cool girl. I like her. Young woman in her 20s, trying to find herself, lived in multiple cities throughout the past 3 years. I like her. But her content's kind of gone downhill for me because it got to a point where it was kind of repetitive. And I felt like she had a habit of constantly bragging, which is just like, okay, sweetheart, I don't really care that much that you spent $15,000 on your wardrobe. I don't care that much about, you know, you spending an absurd amount to go travel to a different country. Can we get a little bit more sense of you? Like, can I want to? Because I can't connect with that much, and it has nothing to do with, you know, people not being happy for her. It's more so like I just get bored easily if your content gets to a point where it was good at first and had a lot of substance, and then you blow up and get hella popular. And then now it's just like you don't post as much anymore. And then when you do post, not referring to K Stamps per se, I'm talking about influencers in general. When you do post, it's, hey guys, so I haven't been posting because I've been depressed. Let me know what you guys want to see in the comment section. It's like, bitch, I literally haven't seen you in like 3 fucking years. I haven't seen you in 8 months, and you're telling me that you're depressed. Yeah, handle your depression, but like you're asking me what you should post. Listen, don't post at all and shut the fuck up, and then come back when you're ready. But don't come back and then they'd be like, well, yeah, I'm not getting as much views as I used to. Don't complain about not getting much views as you used to. Handle your mental health, do what the fuck you got to do, and come back when you're ready. You know, don't come here bringing that energy. Like, I watch you for great content. You know, if you're going to be transparent, be all the way transparent. But I just get bored easily. And that's why, you know, I get bored of a lot of content creators, because a lot of them just lose the substance that they had. A lot of them just allow, you know, their life to just kind of consume them. And then that's why they don't create. And it's unfortunate, but if you just put a little bit more effort into creating interesting content and, you know, figure out your mental health and fix everything. I don't know where I'm going with this. But overall, yeah, a lot of influencers are boring the shit out of me. And I just only keep up with the same few people. Happy birthday, Troyce. I hope you have an amazing day. Will you please do a video on Ariana Grande being a home? I'm not sure what you mean. How do you feel about drill music? Some of it is catchy, but a lot of it is demonic. I always, like, one of my really good friends, he loves drill music, and then whenever he plays that shit, I'm like, bro, that shit sounds like magic. That shit literally sounds like they're casting demons into my life. Like, I'm gonna literally go to sleep and have sleep paralysis because of the shit that they're saying. Like, I'm gonna kill, I'm gonna kill, I'm gonna shoot, I'm gonna shoot, I'm gonna murder you, I'm gonna kill his whole family. And I'm just like, this is literally evil. This is literally spell casting. Like, it makes me cringe. Some of it is like catchy, like, oh, okay, this is kind of catchy. I love the beat. But it's demonic. It's very demonic. It's very magic. Like, they're speaking shit onto themselves. And notice how most of these drill rappers always end up in jail or dead because there's power in the tongue. You know what I mean? Like, these drill rappers don't realize the power and the magic they're speaking over their life by saying they're gonna kill and harm somebody. And they attract a certain audience that already does that, and they encourage their audience to do it because of the shit they're saying. And some of their audience is wise enough to not do it and just like the music for the music. But a lot of these drill artists are usually hurting themselves because they're speaking that crazy shit onto their life. Thoughts on the Congo and slave labor they use just to power our iPhones? Oh wow, I've heard about that. Like, a lot of the slave labor. Oh Lord, I don't know too much about that. And I didn't know it was the Congo. I thought it was a different country. Yeah, that Delhi song is mad catchy. Yeah, Ice Spice song is really catchy. I already read this. Oof, someone said, let me read reading. Advice for those struggling with sugar addiction. I'm really just trying to lose 2 pounds a week. You know what you could do? If you're trying to lose pounds, I know sugar, because sugar is sugar. It's gonna be unhealthy regardless. I mean, try to replace it, right? Like, if you're gonna like drink mad sugar, you want something sweet. Instead of eating something fatty and that's going to make you big and bloated and has like a ton of calories, go for a more raw vegan snack. You know what I mean? Like, go to Whole Foods and buy vegan snacks. You know, when you buy them expensive ass vegan snacks, you'll be probably a lot more discouraged from trying to like go into the box and eat more of it because that whole box was like $25. So get those expensive little vegan snacks that aren't going to have you bloated, that have some type of fiber in them, that aren't going to be as fatty as like a whole bunch of, like, you know, cookies and chips and ice cream and shit. Get a healthier alternative, and then you'll be less discouraged. Because I know when I buy expensive snacks, I want them shits to last. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm on my last 3 expensive sugary snacks, I'm not gonna eat all them shits because I know it's gonna be a lot just to replace it. Happy birthday. Question: have you seen Daylights, that guy from Vlad, about the music industry? I've seen a lot of his stuff. I've seen him trolling the gay community, trolling the black community. I have not seen his shit about the music industry. This person is spamming the shit out of me right now. Hold on, let me go to the top real quick. Oh, let me go out to the bottom. Let me go to the bottom. Okay. Thoughts on calling Bellinger? It's a lot of people in the comment section. Again, thank you for the super chat. I never read this. Thank you, RH, for the super chat. Thank you, Mona De Niro. Thank you, everybody, for the super chat. I'm sorry, I have not gotten to all of them, but thank you, everyone, for the super chats. If you have a question, feel free to ask again, because I'm going to be on live for maybe another hour, and I'm now at the bottom of the list. So if you have a question, ask it now, because I'm looking right at the chat. How did you forgive your toxic family? Realizing that they're never gonna fucking change. And at the end of the day, if a bitch is trash and a bitch is trash, and if a motherfucker is trash, then the motherfucker is trash. Accept it, love them, and move on. It is what it is. Because at the end of the day, they gave you wisdom, they gave you knowledge. You learned about the world and life. And notice how the toxic people who did you dirty, there's people out there that are like them, like partners you may be with, people you may date are like the toxic people in your family. Accept the fact that they are who they are, and if you try to address them and nothing changes, just accept it and move on. Some people think that they're perfectly fine and they can't change, and that everyone around them is just bitter and just needs to move on. Just accept them for who they are and move on. Someone said their mom is watching me too, along with them. Hey, mom. Someone's Mukel Dreams. Okay. This is going so fast. Someone said Diana Prince. She said, if you move to the Bay Area, which city would you pick? Oakland. Oakland, motherfucking Oakland. I fucking love Oakland. Like, shout out to everyone that lives in Oakland. Oakland is like a gem. Oakland is like a paradise. Oakland is ghetto as fuck, gorgeous, laid back, fine ass fucking people, just a good spirited ass place where even though you may get robbed and pickpocketed and your car may get shattered, Oakland is still Oakland. I just love Oakland. I love Oakland. I love everything about Oakland. Oakland. That's where I would live in the Bay. I don't like San Francisco very much. I feel like it's too high maintenance and too expensive. I like Oakland. Troyce, when you going to Haiti and stay safe? I'm going to Haiti sometime this week. Let's see. Somebody said, how to save up money and move out. Save up at least $3,000. Get your ass up and get a fucking job. Because people always say that they always want to move out, but they don't ever have a job. Get a fucking job. Get a job, save up at least $3,000 and find a roommate. Maybe one of your coworkers could be your roommate. Maybe your friend could be your roommate. Maybe someone that you know who's responsible can move out their parents' house too. Y'all can split bills. Or find someone who's renting out a room, who seems like they have decent energy on one of those apps. Like Roomsters is a very popular app where you can find a roommate. And if you feel like you really got to go, then live with someone you don't know like that, but get a feel of their energy, who they are, and how they keep the place. And just mind your business and stay in your room and only stay there for like 6 months to a year until you stack up your bread. And you probably won't pay that much in rent. I know it's crazy to say to live with someone that you don't know like that, but if you feel like you're in a bad situation, that's just what you're going to have to do, because I did it. You know, I had to get the fuck out of my relative's house because I couldn't handle the chaos, the fighting, the violence with siblings. I couldn't handle it anymore. So I moved with a random motherfucker that I met off Craigslist. And eventually I got the fuck out of there. I rented a room out of my grandmother's home. And eventually I upgraded, got my own apartment. And it was the best decision ever because it put me in a predicament where I could save money. Next travel. I'm going to the Dominican Republic. Literally, my flight is later today. Right now, it's about 6 p.m. In Los Angeles, California, and I'm going to the Dominican Republic. It is so fucking affordable there. Like, literally, I love the Dominican Republic. Shout out to Dominicans. Que lo que? What are Dominicans be saying? Mama huevo. Let's see. What do Dominicans say? Morin Sanyanso. Like, what do they drink? What's that shit? Is this orange drink they drink? Morin Sanyanso. Shout out to Dominican Republic and the Dominicans. I love going there. So I'm going to be going there. And then next door is Haiti. So I'm going to take a bus and go to Haiti. Let's see. Someone said, let's see. Someone said, you walk around like you're not famous. Hi, John, LV John. You've been watching me for a minute. Let me say I really appreciate your kindness and always showing me love. You've been a real one. I really appreciate you always sticking around and showing me mad love for so many years, because you didn't have to do that. And I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for always like showing love on my content. He said you walk around like you're not famous. Honestly, Yeah, like I'm popular and I'm known and stuff, but I'm not too good to walk around and live my life because I don't get recognized everywhere. You know what I mean? Or sometimes if I'm in a position where people will recognize me, I'm always like in the cut. Like I always got my nice little hoodie on, my nice jacket on. I'm in the cut. I'm in the corner on my phone, and people sometimes don't spot me. But there's sometimes where people will spot me. But I just live my life. You know what I mean? Like I'm not too big on like fame and stuff. I want a bigger platform, but I just like to live my life. You know what I mean? I think some people are obsessed with being seen, so they feel like they always have to be with a whole crew of other famous people and influencers. And I just like living my life. How do you feel about Panamanians? How do you feel about Panamanians? How do you feel? Oh, what the fuck? You're just spamming the same questions. Panamanians are gorgeous as fuck. Literally gorgeous. I thought about going to Panama instead of Dominican Republic, but Panama, I think it's a little bit more expensive than DR, but I wouldn't mind going to Panama. What are your tips for traveling out the country? Mind your business, stay out of trouble, be safe, don't tell everybody that you're out there alone, and try to blend in. You know what I mean? Like, don't wear something like jewelry or like try to flash jewelry. Like, just blend in. You know what I mean? And don't be paranoid because people can smell paranoia on you from a mile away. Act like you belong and you know where the fuck you're going. And walk with your head on straight if you're going to a country where you know it's not known for being completely safe. Someone said we gotta meet, bro. Yes. What state do you live in? John 215 TV or a country. How is Ethiopia? Gorgeous people. Some of the most gorgeous people I've ever seen in my life. So much fun and good ass food. Thoughts on Vlad TV making Lovely T's Instagram get deleted? Oh my god. I know Lovely T was pissed about that. So Vlad TV got Lovely T's Instagram deleted because he flagged an interview that she reposted on her Instagram because Lovely T's known for reposting things on her Instagram. He flagged it and he got that shit deleted and he got her Instagram deleted. I think she said that she's still fighting. She's currently still fighting to get her Instagram back. But let me just say that definitely did seem intentional because there's times where I post stuff on my Instagram and I've gotten copyrighted, right? Why couldn't just that one particular content get copyrighted? Why did somebody's whole Instagram get deleted? That was definitely intentional. And it's really unfortunate how a lot of, people like, because me and T talked about this, like the whole, like DJ Vlad is literally just boring as fuck. Like no one is connected with his platform. His Instagram doesn't get that much engagement. He has to have the same people on his platform just for him to get content that boom, like blows up. He can't like really interview new guests anymore because if he does and when he does, it doesn't do as well as when he's constantly interviewing Boozy, when he's constantly interviewing all the same people that talk about controversial shit. So yeah, I believe that it's just bitterness because a lot of people who have more engagement than him, it makes him angry. DJ Vlad made it very clear that he's not looking for people who have 200 views, 500 views. He's looking for 80K views, 50,000 views, 100,000 views, and he's coming for their necks because they're profiting and they're getting better engagement than him. And that's what makes him upset. At the end of the day, I think T did credit him, but it is unfortunate that DJ Vlad got her shit taken down because he could have just did a copyright claim and then that would have been it. But he had to get her whole Instagram taken down. It's corny. I'm reading a lot of any advice on pursuing. Thank you for the super chat, Toby. Any advice on pursuing a passion with no support from family or friends? I come from an African family. Listen, if you don't support yourself, no one else motherfucking will. Fuck them. Fuck your family. And I know that sounds crazy to say, but if you don't say fuck your family, then you're going to be looking for the validation for the rest of your life. They're never going to support you because you want to know something? No one supported them and they don't even believe in themselves. Support yourself. Find a youth group or find a group of people or go to networking events and build a network of people who you know will support you. But first, make sure you have some to actually support. Build something. People can not fuck with you and not like you for not doing what they want to do, i.e. your family, but they will respect results. If you can drive results and show them that you're making good money and doing well, they'll be like, oh, I've always supported you. Oh my God, can I get money? Because that's what it was for me. Like when I started growing on social media, I got a lot of, I'm not about to watch your videos from my fucking bum ass cousins, my dumbass relatives who would say things like, so you should just go to school. You should just do it. I didn't get no support from them. But then when things started picking off, these were the same people who started asking me Can I get 250? Hey, can I get some money to pay my tuition? Oh, like the same, like one of my cousins, the same cousin who literally told me, who literally said to me, who like she one time said to me, "Oh, well, you're not." But when I first started, she was like, "Oh, well, you're not making that much money. You might as well just get a job." When I was young and I had first started doing social media, trying to build a brand. Now, this was the same girl who was asking me, "Hey, can I get like $100 for my tuition?" Woof, Raggy? Fancy seeing you here, bitch, because you were the same motherfucker who told me that I should get a regular fucking job. And now when things take off for me 2-3 years after you had told me I should get a regular job and that what I'm doing is pointless, now you're asking me for fucking tuition money? Like, what? And my dumbass gave it to her, but I learned my lesson. But overall, don't look for their support or validation. Fuck them, okay? Just do what you want to do, and eventually they'll wish they supported you. And just tell yourself this: keep a mental note and say, if my family will support me for my business ventures, tell yourself this: I'm gonna remember all of this when I blow up. I'm gonna remember all of this when my endeavor goes well. I'm gonna remember all this when I get that dream job that I've always wanted. Remember all of them because they're gonna all pussy pop and backpedal and wish they showed you love and support. And then when you start growing and elevating, they're gonna be bitter as fuck. But overall, yeah, nah, do it anyways. And remember them. Remember when they didn't support you, show you love. And remember that no one shows them love and support them. So why the fuck would they give it to you? Support yourself. There's people out there. There's complete strangers out there that can completely change your life, give you funding, build with you, network with you, who don't even know you, and they'll support you more than your own fucking family. So just worry about yourself. Pour into yourself. Don't ask them for help, and keep in mind that one day they're gonna beg that you help them and have their back and support them. Let's see. Your choice. You are awesome. Thanks for all the great videos. I'm from the 305 too. Represent. Yes, 305. Yes. I grew up in central Miami, so I spent a lot of time in Miami Gardens. That's where my grandmother's house was. So Miami Gardens, Norland area. I've lived in Opelika for a little bit. I lived in North Miami for a little bit. I lived in the suburbs for a little bit. I went to North Miami Senior High School. I've been all over Miami and all around the suburbs. So yes, it's always nice to see people who are from my city and from my area doing really well. I got the fuck up out that shit because I could not stand the humidity. And New Yorkers can have Miami. I don't want it. Like, it's still home, but I don't want it. New Yorkers can have it. Like, Miami is turning into little New York. That's literally what Miami has become. So feel free to again ask me more questions. Would you ever come visit Toronto? Much love from Canada. Toronto has been on my bucket list for so long because I love honey cocaine, and she's from Toronto. I want to go. What do they call it? The GTA, the Palisades, uh, um, Uptown Blue. Like I just want to see Toronto. Toronto's on my bucket list. If I go to Toronto, I'll post about it on my community tab. And if any of y'all from Toronto want to meet me, I could like put on my community tab and then we could probably have like dinner or like have pizza or something. Or like a coffee. Will you ever go to more bad reviewed restaurants again? Or you're going to leave it as it is? I should do more bad reviewed because I used to do this thing on my channel, right? Where I used to review fucked up food. Like I would go to the worst reviewed Chinese restaurant, the worst reviewed Jamaican restaurant. Like I almost went to the worst reviewed seafood restaurant, but I never did that. Now that I live in a bigger city like Los Angeles, I really could. But oh my god, y'all are insane. Like I remember one time I went to the worst reviewed Nigerian restaurant. Yo, when I went to the worst reviewed Nigerian restaurant, a lot of y'all ran to their reviews on Google, and a lot of y'all were literally like, oh my God, literally like TROYCETV, he's a famous YouTuber. He's trying to literally ruin y'all business. Y'all should sue him. Sue him. He's literally trying to ruin y'all brand. Like he's trying to literally take down y'all whole brand with his millions. And I'm just like, oh my God, like, I can't even do a review about people flooding their reviews being crazy. So maybe I will do more. But again, like it's like I don't feel right about doing a worst reviewed restaurant because some people do worst reviewed restaurants and they won't even say the restaurant's name. I feel like I have to say the restaurant's name because at the end of the day, I want to be able to save y'all from fucking getting food poisoning. So, let's see. Somebody said, "Oh wait, all right." Someone from Toronto just corrected me. Wait, what did you say? Troyce, you are not going to the Palisade. That is in the Jane and Finch, and you go get shot up. Okay. I've heard that in like rap songs. Like I love Honey Cocaine. She's a famous Cambodian rapper from Toronto. And she'd be like, shout out to the Palisades, 413 the Toronto. She made this song called To Gold, T-O Gold. It's called Toronto Gold. And I love that song. It's my favorite song by her. And she said the Palisades, the Uptown Blue. Let's see. So yeah, the Palisades. I'm like, I just want to see it because she talked about it so well in a rap song, and I'm like, I just gotta see it. I just want to. I don't know, but you're telling me not to go because that's the hood. But I'm just like, okay, if that's the hood, then maybe I shouldn't go. Maybe I shouldn't go. Okay, that is in Jaden Finch. Okay, thanks for telling me that. I'll think twice. Thoughts on Sexy Red? Honestly, I think Sexy Red is talented. I think she's so above all this pound town, just let pound town, my booty hole green, my coochie hole brown. That shit is corny. I knew who she was before she blew up, and she's really a good rapper. Like she's a great artist. Because I remember when she first went viral for doing a cover to this. She did a rap song. Do 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 do, and now you are like she did a thousand miles cover and she like rapped over it and it was so funny and creative and I was like, yo, this girl's legit. She's dope. I like her and I'm so shocked at how much she's blown up. But I think she's so above. Sexy Red is so above the trash music she's making. But I'm happy that she's blown up. Troyce, I don't think you should go to Haiti with all the kidnapping going on right now. You know what's so crazy? A lot of people say, "Oh, don't go, don't go, don't go." Haiti is a very big country. Like a lot of these, like one of my other countries I want to go to is I want to go to Somalia, and I want to go to Pakistan. I want to go to Iran. I want to go to Iraq because people sometimes tend to demonize these countries. But I'm someone that likes to watch a lot of travel vlogs. Whenever I watch travel vlogs, they show their perspective of all the negativity that we see in the media and then what they see when they're vlogging. And I'm just like, well, damn. So sometimes it'd be just the media being dramatic and all the people who report on it don't even be telling the complete truth. So I will keep my head on a swivel and probably hire a guide if I do go to Haiti, but I'm probably still gonna go. But I'm not gonna go to like the crazy hectic parts. Like people say stay away from Port-au-Prince and go to Cape Haitian, which is a very popular big city. So I might just go there, but I'll be careful. I'm still going anyways. Because I'm well tried. I've been to like 10 places. I don't flaunt jewelry. I know how to blend in. Even though people tell me I can stand out, I can some way somehow blend in. And again, I grew up in like a lot of bad areas in Miami, so I know how to keep my head on the swivel. Oh, being a home wrecker. Oh, Ariana Grande being a home wrecker. I heard a lot about that. I'm not educated, but I will look more into that and talk about that later. Thoughts on the Zeus network and how they display people of color. The Zeus network is trash. Like people might look at me and say, refrain from saying that, you'll burn a bridge. Honestly, the Zeus network is garbage. I find them entertaining sometimes, but it's just garbage. It's just a lot of what they do has no substance. Like I tried watching the little baddies reunion, the baddies West reunion, the one with like the Dominican girl and Stunner girl. That reunion was so horrible. Like there was no structure. It was fist fighting back and forth. And then guess what? The same people who were fist fighting ended up going to the mall and taking videos together. Like it's not real. Like it's a joke. And I think generally speaking, that a lot of these girls are just doing baddies. Like the ones who keep coming back, they want a consistent bag back and forth. You know, they're orchestrating fake drama. Like Zeus Network has just gone downhill. You know, like I didn't even think Zeus Network was real when I first started watching Zeus Network. I thought it was like a parody, a parody reality show platform, but evidently they've just made it more cinematic. Zeus Network is trash. Do you believe in second chances? Are there any influencers that you believe deserve a second chance? I think people can get a second chance if they show that they're worthy of it. But I feel like a lot of influencers aren't really canceled, to be honest with you. You know, I feel like if we did some hectic shit like Shane Dawson, people are always going to remember you. But people on the internet just like good content, if I'm being completely honest with you. So no one's ever really canceled, to be honest. Cancel culture is just like, remember Tory Lane said this. Cancel culture is literally just 20 people tweeting at the same time on like 5 different accounts. Advice on anxiety. I'm trying to find the comment. Someone said, "What is your advice on anxiety?" Okay, listen, Mrs. Didi Boo, you're spamming like a motherfucker. Thoughts on Didi Osama? Didi Osama is, his music is low vibrational, but his beats are really good. I don't really know what to say. I don't listen to that kind of music. I can't believe. Oh, listen, I thought her daddy was mega wealthy. I can't believe Tori Spelling. I'm not sure who that is. Little Tay Def. What is your favorite anime show? Death Note or Naruto? Hold on. If y'all have questions, thoughts. If you guys have any good questions you want to ask, feel free to ask. I'm scrolling to the bottom of the comment section. Ask again. I'm sorry if I didn't read your comment. Like if I said something early you want to piggyback off of, feel free to ask again. Yes, Naruto's basic. Naruto and Death Note. Martin Lewis and me are still cool. Me and Martin Lewis are still good friends. My daughter is 43 today, and she can't stand me either. Why can't your daughter stand you? Like, I need to know. Like, what did you do, or what did your daughter do? Like, did you not let her get away with something? Did you like make bad decisions when you weren't perfect? Like, what happened with that? Advice on anxiety. You have to, if I'm being honest with you, when it comes to anxiety, you have to fake it till you make it. Like literally, anytime your anxiety tells you not to do something, do the complete opposite. Literally wake your ass up and be like, okay, like if you have anxiety, be like, okay, I have anxiety right now, but do it anyway. Like if your anxiety is like going crazy, get away from the person that's giving you anxiety or listen to what solution you have in your head. Like for example, if you're having anxiety because you walk into a room and you're nervous, tell yourself that you're not fucking nervous. Like take control of your own energy. Like stop letting your energy be all over the place. Because when you're anxious and very anxious and low vibrational, you can be easily controlled. Like someone can easily like control you, stick their nails into you, and like get you to do something irrational or stupid. So just tell yourself you're not anxious and remind yourself that no one can get into your head or control you. Just tell yourself, this is my energy, I run shit and I control shit, and I'm not scared of nothing. Are you still friends with D Mademoiselle? Yes, being the YouTuber D Mademoiselle are still very, very good friends. Have been for at least 6 years. If you could pick one superpower and change one thing in the world, what will it be? The power to teleport. I'm fucking tired of sitting on flights. Do you believe a 28-year-old can completely drop bad habits and create a new path? Am I too set in my ways? I think at 28 it is possible to change, but you need to go back in time and do the inner work, Miss Pinky Pink. If you're not taking effort, like getting out of your comfort zone, if you're living with like your parents or if you're in a bad relationship, you need to take control. Like you need to just get rid of things and not be scared to start over. You know, the thing is, the reason why it's so hard to change is because a lot of us are so scared to start over because we don't want to make more or new bad decisions. Just start over. I think you can change. Most people don't, but you need to take control. Like if you genuinely want to change, then go fucking change. You know, ask yourself why do you want to change? Ask yourself why you're so scared to succeed. Why are you so scared of not choosing better for yourself? Just start over. If you want to get another job, quit your current job and go work somewhere else. Just start over. Like you really never know who you'll meet that can change your life. Just do the work. Thoughts on splitting the bills or pay for your own tab? I think people should pay for their own fucking food. If you're with a partner that wants to pay for you, let them pay for you. And if you're not comfortable with splitting, then date someone or be friends with someone who is okay with your values. Let's see. Could you make more unpopular opinions? I wrote a shit ton. I'm going to be filming one very soon. Thoughts on Doja Cat and demonic visuals. Doja Cat will not be here very long. I think she just is going to lose a big chunk of her fan base. And I think she's low-key okay with it. I think she's tired of mainstream fame. I think she wanted to be recognized for her work. But I think the mainstream fame is too much for her because once you get a taste of mainstream fame, it's it's just not gonna go away. If you wasn't an influencer or YouTuber, what would you be doing right now? If I wasn't an influencer or YouTuber, I would have more than likely went to college for journalism and theater. Well, mostly journalism. I've always loved watching TMZ as a kid. I always loved watching Dish Nation. I always loved watching, Wendy Williams, Howard Stern. I would have pursued the craft of journalism because I just love news and pop culture. So I would have definitely went to school for journalism. Thoughts on quitting a job without a backup / job hopping in 2 weeks' notice or none? Find a new job, and to be honest with you, if you find a job that values you more and was willing to pay you, if your job treated you horribly, fuck a 2 week notice. Don't give them shit because guess what? If they were gonna fire you, they wouldn't give you a 2 week notice. They would just fire your ass literally at least like literally that particular day. They just wouldn't put you on a schedule. So fuck a 2 week notice. If you find a better job, get one. Even if you have to work for yourself. If you have a car, do DoorDash or Uber Eats, and that's another side hustle. There's so many ways to get paid. If you want to make more money, drive for Uber, get on a grocery delivery app. There's a lot of ways that you could work for yourself and have a little bit of side income until you find a job. Just hustle and work hard and DoorDash and Uber Eats in areas that you'll get good tips in. Can you make some more controversial content like the exposing Mary Jane Byron? I should, Miss Sabrina. I definitely will. People, so crazy. People have told me like make more content confronting and approaching these people, like more journalistic content, things that's gonna. You know what? You're right. Because I do feel like I want to grow my brand and my platform a lot more, and I feel like if I really want to grow it and take things off even more, I feel like I should do more controversial content than Mary Jane Byron video because that video did numbers. That shit did numbers. And if I want more of those, I should do more off the wall content like that. Because sitting down, a lot of y'all love me sitting down and giving y'all like tea, news, information, breakdowns. But I think I could do so much more. You know what I mean? So I'll do more controversial content like that. Someone said my life has been better ever since I took your advice. When you go to the DR, I'm happy your life got better, John F. When you took my advice. I'm not sure what advice you're talking about though. When you go to the DR, can you vlog it in Haiti, please? I'll probably vlog DR. No, I'll probably vlog Haiti. I'm not giving my job a 2 week notice. You don't have to give them shit because if your job was gonna fire you, they'd fire your ass on the spot. Fuck that job. At the end of the day, if they treated you well, give them a 2 week notice. If you like them and you don't want to burn that bridge and you like them. But if your job treats you like shit and it's hostile and it's not fun and the employees are just trash and gossipy, fuck them. That's their responsibility. Block their number and don't show up. How do you deal with being young yet feeling old and like you wasted time? I'm 19. 19 is really young. You're basically still a teenager. At 19, I had this so much shit. And if you feel like you're wasting a lot of time, then take control of your time. There's 24 hours in a day. What are you mostly doing with your time? Take control of your time. Move to a new city, get another job, or get a roommate. Like do something different that's gonna shake things up and spice things up in your life. Get in a relationship, get married, like do something fun that's gonna spice things up in your life. Like live your life a little bit. Try to find yourself. At 19, you're literally still a teenager. Yeah, Jesus just said the same thing. Video on Diddy scamming artists. I thought about doing that, but that other YouTuber who I love, Black Feminine TV, she beat me to it, and I was like, damn, she did the video before me, and it made me not want to do it no more. Do you feel like YouTube was calling? So Blood Arena just asked me, do you feel like YouTube was your calling spiritually? How did you decide what message you wanted to put out? So yes, spiritually, I feel like YouTube is my platform. So fun fact, I was on 3 different platforms. I was on Instagram, I was on Vine, and then I eventually did YouTube. So I tried to blow up off of Vine by giving commentary and ranting and giving my opinions about stuff, and that didn't work out because Vine died. Ugh. And then I tried to do Instagram, but of course Instagram is just ugh. I got bored of it, and plus Instagrammers, unless you have a manager and a whole bunch of people who like get you sponsorships, Instagram is not that lucrative. So I went to YouTube. YouTube pays their influencers, YouTube takes care of you, and YouTube is the second biggest search engine in the world, and you're more likely to get discovered and build an audience off of YouTube. So I chose YouTube. So spiritually, yes, I feel like YouTube was my path. Why did you delete your conspiracy theory videos? I deleted like 2 of them because no, I deleted like 5 of them. I have so much of them that are still up, but I deleted like 5 of them mainly because, and some of them are still up, but I just changed the title. Most of them are still up because YouTube got really strict with certain content, certain keywords. Like YouTube made it very clear that they're going to be striking and agenting certain content. So I got paranoid and I got rid of a lot of videos that have certain trigger words. And conspiracy is another thing because YouTube don't want the truth out. So if you post anything involving conspiracies, YouTube is not going to push it. YouTube is going to shadow ban it and destroy it and take down your platform. So I changed a lot of titles and deleted some videos. And then that's why I created my second channel. So I'm like as far as deleting videos, I'm done with that. But I have a second channel for just in case YouTube would ever shut this channel down. And I was just paranoid. That was before I made my second channel, and I was just paranoid that I would lose everything, you know? So Seal said, I'm going to England for school, and you've really inspired me to do me and not focus on my family's negativity. Been watching you forever, by the way. Love your content. I'm so happy to hear that, Seal. Do what makes you happy, even if you end up in debt or struggling. Learn that lesson, okay? Take out that loan. The world is ending. Learn things on your own. Live your life because you might end up meeting someone that can change the trajectory of your life. And your relatives, they made decisions, okay? They made decisions. They did dumb shit. They lived their life. They learned. And some of them are miserable. Some of them are happy. Do what makes you happy. It's smart that you have a second channel. Yes, because if YouTube were to ever take this shit down, it'd be like, whoa, now I got to start over. My second channel, please go subscribe to it if you haven't already. It's almost at 200K. It's Destined Troyce. It's literally just self-titled. My second channel is my safety net. So if anyone can't reach me anymore and my main channel gets attacked, I got my second channel. You know what I mean? Like I have so many YouTubers threatening me. Like y'all remember that one time where like a lot of y'all probably haven't been watching me that long, but one time the rapper DDG, right? The Halle Bailey's boyfriend, she basically threatened my YouTube channel. Like he went on this whole rant talking about listen, little boy, I'm gonna take your whole, because he got mad at me making a breakdown video commentary about some drama he was in. He didn't like my opinion. He was upset. So DDG said to me, he literally made a whole video. I don't know if it's still up, but I might try to find it one day, where he was like, listen, little boy, like all you need is 3 strikes. Like once you get those 3 strikes, you're done. You know, you literally are like a clout chaser. You're this, like, and then he went in my comment section. He was trolling my comment section. Then he said that he reached out to his lawyers and he was going to try to get my channel taken down. And he got one of my videos that I made about him age restricted. And then I disputed it, and the age that was lifted within a couple of minutes with his dumb ass. So like right after my video got age restricted, he literally said, haha, age restricted. Keep going, little boy. I'm gonna be coming at you. But the age restriction was literally lifted. So it's like that's why I made a second channel, because a lot of these people who I make content about, they have every right to go in on me, especially DDG, Halle Bailey's boyfriend, who went in on me and was just like calling me all types of crazy shit, which I get. Like he can get upset at content that I make. That's his opinion. I'm not mad about him having an opinion about me having an opinion about his drama that he was in. But DDG tried to come from my channel many years ago, trying to shut my shit down, saying he was gonna send strikes my way, but he couldn't, because again, everything is fair use. That's why I'm so happy about fair use, because there's so many influencers and people that I make content about who have tried to get certain things taken down, but you can't, because it's freedom of press. I could freely express my opinion about what's going on, just like how y'all in the comment section can express your opinion about me or anyone else. It's freedom of opinion, freedom of speech. So DDG and other influencers couldn't really get my shit down. So that's why I have my second channel, because I don't want to risk having to just lose a whole platform that I worked for and people not even being able to have access to me anymore. Can we get some popular opinions? Yes, you can. Yeah, for sure. 100%. DG definitely gives me that vibe as well. What? Wait, hold on. So Braden just said something interesting. He said, I'm gay, so I told my friend I like him, and he had a girlfriend, and he chose me over her because he eventually told me that he loved me. But the problem is his parents would kick him out and he ended things again. If he's ashamed of you to the point where he doesn't want to be with you anymore, let this individual go. That's all I got to say. Thoughts on DJ Academics and Erica Badu? I think he dragged Erica Badu recently. I'm not sure about that. Let's see. How do I deal with family thinking I'm selfish for choosing my dreams instead of working minimum wage to give them money? Fuck them. You don't deal with them. That's literally what you do. You literally don't deal with them. You literally just say, fuck your family, fuck your relatives, and do what makes you happy. And people look at that and say, how could I? You just have to be cold because at the end of the day, sometimes your relatives just won't get it. If you genuinely love them and want them in your life, still keep them in your life and tell them straight up, like, hey, I appreciate what you're saying, but I just don't want your opinion. Okay, but it's my life. Okay, but this is what makes me happy. That will shut them up real quick. And if they still have negative things to say about what makes you happy, fuck them, cut them off. Keep your distance from them, or just don't pick up when they call. It's really that simple. Elevate and work your way up until you live a life that you want to live. And eventually they'll come swinging back like, hey, sis, so I see that business or that endeavor that you're working on is doing well. Can I get some money? Because they're going to ask you for money regardless. They just want you to be a slave and work that job that you don't want to work just so you can help sustain their lifestyle. You don't have to give anybody shit that you don't want to give to. You don't owe anybody shit. If you're a grown adult, you don't have to, excuse me, you don't have to give anybody anything. Fuck them. Tell them to go suck their mothers. You don't have to give them shit. Oh, my bad. I accidentally clicked on somebody's comment, but I didn't read it. Are you still friends with Mademoiselle? Yeah, we're still really good friends. I'm still good friends with D Mademoiselle. Tips on how to gain confidence. By the way, happy birthday, Face Blue, smiling. Thank you. I appreciate that. So, how to gain confidence? You just have to keep lying to yourself and telling yourself you're confident, and eventually you'll believe it. Just keep telling yourself, I'm confident, and then eventually it'll kind of come into fruition. That's like the best advice I can give because honestly, if it's either that or you got to just make peace with the things that people could throw in your face. If you're fat, make peace with being fat. If you're gay or like you're not confident in your skin tone, make peace with it. So that way no one can throw it against you. And when you make peace with it, no one can make you feel like shit for being different, or you can't feel like shit for being different. And do what makes you happy. Where is your Korean mukbang video with Cam Girl? I actually privated it. I mean, do you want me to put it back up? I privated it because me and Cam Girl, I mean, we don't talk anymore. Like we kind of drifted apart, and I didn't care to have it up, and we just drifted. You know, she's doing her life, living her thing. We don't really talk anymore. I remember one time she ended up flaking on me, which really upset me and annoyed me because we had plans to like do something, and then she completely ghosted me and literally never responded. Like it was so fucking rude and insensitive because I was just like, why would you do that, girl? We literally planned something, you just ghost. And I don't like people who ghost and flake, like literally don't reply after we say we're gonna do something and like handle something, and that just irritated me. We were just good acquaintances. We weren't really friends per se, but we just drifted. She's living her life, I'm living my life. I haven't talked to her in a minute. We just drifted. Are you going to keep this live up? Yes, I am going to keep this live up. Have you ever thought about visiting Guinea, Conakry in West Africa? Hope you're doing well. Love you so much. I never thought about that. Maybe I should. Guinea. I know what Guinea is, but I never thought about visiting. I think I mean I might need a visa for that, but that shouldn't be too hard. Let's see. Someone said, "Do you believe in God, specifically Jesus Christ?" No, I do not believe in God, and I don't believe in what people believe as Jesus Christ. I do believe that Jesus Christ might have been an actual person, but I don't believe in what people will call God. And the reason for that being is growing up, I grew up around a lot of relatives who did the most evil and most heinous and ridiculous shit, but would still call themselves child of God and will always say God this and God that, and God would want this, and that's what you're supposed to do because that's what God wants. But they were some of the most slimiest, most evil people ever. Like I had a relative, I had a cousin who was always talking about God and God this and God that, but she was so like she was a terrible person. Like literally, I would call her out for doing some shit. Like I remember one time when we had a falling out, I called her out for doing some shit, and it went from like, wow. Okay. Okay. Like literally, like she went from like being like what to when I called her out and told her, no, I know who you are. Like I caught you. I know you're evil. I know you're doing some shit I don't like. I know who you are. It went from okay. It was the most sinister thing ever. And this was like she was like big on always talking about God. And I stopped believing in what people call God, I'll say when I was about 14 years old, because I just realized I'd rather just come up with my own values and come up with my own, not own values per se, but I'd rather just follow my own moral compass because I think as humans, we all have a moral compass. We all know what's right and what's wrong. We all know what we should do. We all know that it's right to be good because you'll feel good. And that's just my thing. Like, I'll just be a good person. That's it. Like I'll treat people with respect. I'll be kind to people. I'll be there for people. I won't shit on people. I believe in karma and the law of attraction. And I believe that we're all interconnected in the way. And when you put out evil shit will come right back. So that's my thing. Ooh. So yes, I avoid the whole God thing since I was like 14. I just believe in me and myself and being a good person and doing good things and trying to make good decisions and not shitting on people. And that's why I'm so blessed. That's why I continue to get blessed because I just make good choices and I stay away from people who do fucked up shit and bad things. Like I'm around high vibrational people and people who are just chill. Where even if I don't agree with you or see eye to eye with you all the time, I know that you're a solid person that means well, and that rubs off on me. You know what I mean? I don't go around trying to just leech off people and use people and just take from people and harm people and steal from people and scam people and shit. I'm just me. I do what's right because I know what's right. And I even have this tatted on my arm where it literally says, do the right thing. That's literally what I have tatted on my arm. Do the right thing. Because I believe we're all born with a moral compass. So that's just what I believe. So no, I'm not religious. Oh wow, damn, 20 people just left alive. Ooh, that's awkward. So what do you think about SZA fake? People always call SZA a liar, but I don't really know much of what SZA has lied about, other than the fact that SZA lied about having freckles. Like she claimed her freckles were natural because when SZA first came out, she used to have like this little freckle look on her face, and she used to lie and tell people that they were real, and then come to find out they weren't real because now she walks around with no freckles. So that's what I know SZA for. If you want to know about manifestation, my biggest advice is to watch The Secret. The Secret is a very popular documentary and book where it teaches about manifestation, where you have to actually believe something's going to happen. Like you have to actually genuinely picture yourself. Like if you want a Ferrari, you have to visualize yourself driving a Ferrari. If you want to buy a big ass house one day, you need to walk around in that neighborhood where you feel like you're going to own where you want to own a home one day in your city. And you're going to say, that's gonna be my house one day. I'm gonna own a house in this area. I'm gonna own a big ass, beautiful house in this area. You have to just generally believe something's gonna happen. You have to speak it into existence. I knew about manifestation because of Dej Loaf. Dej Loaf was very big on speaking things into existence, and I always loved Dej Loaf. I used to listen to her music before she became like really, really mainstream and started like kind of blowing up a little bit. I've always loved Dej Loaf. There's a lot of hidden messages in her music about speaking things to existence and taking things that are already yours. It's so many comments. If I'm not reading your comment, forgive me. Ask me questions now, and I'll answer them. Do you believe in the afterlife? Let's see. And I don't. Maybe no, not really. Thoughts on Pink Panthers? Pretty girl. I know her from that song with Ice Spice. I don't know much about her. Okay, so someone said, "Do you think SZA is raunchy?" Not really. I mean, I really wish she didn't get that BBL and like do more surgery on her face. Thoughts on Jaguar Wright? Jaguar Wright is fucking insane, but I do find her entertaining. Okay, someone asked me some good advice. Jay Elizabeth. Someone said, "Hey, Troyce, I'm a high school junior from between and finishing high school where I grew up, the South, with an unemployment parent moving with my other parent to the DMV where my needs are met." I'm not sure what you mean by that. Do you need advice? What do you need advice on? Okay, someone said, Brooklyn. Hey, Brooklyn. How did your YouTube pop off? Real advice and not YouTube fake advice. Happy birthday. You look good. Okay. I'm going to give you the secret. How did my YouTube channel pop off? You need to have one of the most engaging titles and thumbnails out of billions of people. It's what it is. Literally, like every influencer grows from clickbait. Like even if it's not fake clickbait and it's real clickbait, you need a very thought-provoking title or thumbnail. Like literally, when you post a video and hundreds and millions and thousands of people are on YouTube every fucking 10 seconds, you need to understand that billions of people scrolled past your video already. If you're trying to post videos on YouTube, billions of people already scrolled past your video. But they said, here's a problem. A good portion of people didn't want to watch you or click on it because your title sucked. Your thumbnail sucked. Look at my thumbnails and look at your thumbnails. Look at your favorite YouTuber's thumbnails and look at your thumbnails. Look at your favorite YouTuber's thumbnails that has more subscribers and views than me and look at my thumbnails. Whose thumbnails and titles are more thought-provoking? And notice how the person with the best title and thumbnail just blows up. Notice how the videos you click on are like, huh, what? Like when I see like for example, like if a YouTuber posted a video saying, my boyfriend literally just gave me HIV, I'm gonna be like, what? I'm gonna click on that shit. Like if she has like a sad face and she's crying in the thumbnail, I'm gonna want to click on that because that's a thought-provoking title. You have to remember that YouTube is like surfing through Google. You're literally surfing the fucking web when you're like looking for articles or news clips, and you're gonna click on the one that catches your attention the most. Because most of us don't like wasting time surfing the internet. We already feel bad enough on the internet. So you need to make sure that you make your titles and thumbnails so fucking like convincing that it's interesting that billions of people who are scrolling past will want to click. And that's how my channel grew. I posted content that I knew a lot of people would search for or look for, and I had the craziest thumbnail. But what really got me was titles. Titles. If your thumbnail is not the best, but your title is bomb, your title will literally carry you. People look at your thumbnail first, but they look at your title after. But your title will determine if your video is worth clicking on. I see a lot of great thumbnails on my recommended videos, but that don't fucking mean I'm gonna click on them. Your titles need fucking work. You need to make sure they're straight to the point and simple, tells people what they're about, and it like shocks people. Like I need to be able to look at your fucking title when you make a YouTube video and be like, whoa, damn, Brooklyn, you're going through that? Or damn, Brooklyn, that's a crazy, even if it's a hair tutorial or it's a rant, you need to make sure that when someone sees that title, they're like, whoa, that's intense. So that's what it is. It's your title and your thumbnail. You can post the most great content with the great editing software, but if your title and your thumbnail sucks, there's nothing you can do. But how to build an actual audience that fucks with you, you need to capitalize off the people that tuned in and give them more of that content. And make sure it's content that you actually like. Don't do no fake shit now. Just make sure that you're making content that you know a lot of people are going to want to click on to where you can manipulate a good enough title. And that's what you want to hear, what a lot of influencers aren't telling you. Are you working on other projects currently? Yes. Okay, fine. I'll just say it. I'm working on yeah, I don't want to say nothing because I don't want people to shut on my manifestation, but I'm working on something really, really cool that people are going to be excited about, where it's going to be like a game changer for me. So there's a lot, I'm sorry, there's a lot of comments. So someone just said the Montgomery ball. I already talked about that. I was here for it. Beat they fucking ass. That black man told y'all to get the fuck out of here with y'all boat. Y'all didn't. It escalated. Y'all put your fucking hands on him, and all the black people got summoned and beat the fuck out of those people. Shout out to August 6th. I always remember August 6th. That was like the best moment ever. I'm happy. I want to visit Montgomery now because all them black folks beat the fuck out of those white folks that wouldn't move their fucking boat. How can I stop comparing my failures to the success of my siblings? All that energy you have comparing yourself to your siblings, channel that shit into building something for yourself. So start a YouTube channel, start a podcast, start a new job, move to a new city, like get away from distractions. Like maybe you're stuck in your hometown, save your money or apply for different jobs in a new city or a new area, a new country and start fresh, like where no one knows you. You can be whoever you want and just start fresh. Like you're comparing yourself because you're around them too much. Like you're around people who you're trying to grow and rise above. Like you're trying to rise above who you used to be. How can you rise above where you used to be if you keep fucking doing and hanging around the same people and being in the same area and driving on the same block that you used to be in? Get out of there. You need to switch up your environment. When you switch up your environment, you'll be more encouraged to face your demons. No lick my kitty pranks. Yeah, don't do lick my kitty pranks. I mean, those get views, but with the way YouTube is set up now, no, that's gonna get shadow banned and age restricted. Someone said, "What if you can't get away due to financial reasons? If you can't get away due to financial reasons, try moving 2 or 3 cities over. But if you still can't get away due to financial reasons, save your bread, get a better job, keep applying, do a side hustle, do your job, do Uber Eats. My brother did this for a long time. My brother did his job and then he did Uber Eats and DoorDash on the side. And eventually he raked up his money. And of course, for a while, my brother wasn't even paycheck to paycheck, but he still managed to work hard and hustle. In the midst of you working hard and hustling, the universe will bless you. You might be working your job that doesn't pay well and then doing DoorDash and Uber Eats on the side. And then before you know it, you get blessed with an opportunity out of nowhere. But just keep hustling, keep grinding, and then things will just take off for you out of nowhere. Fortune favors the bold. So just hustle and work hard. And if you can't move to a new city or a new country, move to a new area that's a little bit cheaper and just get a clear start. Switch up your routine a little bit. That's just all you got to do. Move to an area that's like 5 hours, 4 hours away from home. That's completely different. If you don't know anybody, make new friends, make new connections. It's scary, but you got to just do something new. Like if you feel like you're not getting much out of life and you like keep self-sabotaging, keep comparing yourself, you need to get your ass up and just switch up your routine, chop off your hair, move in a new area, drive a new block, like do something different. Because if you do something new, that's already scary. It's going to encourage you to do more things that are new and different. What would you do to fix society? Shit. What would I do? I would encourage everybody to face their demons, talk to a therapist at least once, and hold themselves accountable. And I guess to fix society, I would hold a mirror in front of everybody's faces, including my own. Have you seen the Barbie movie? I'm not into shit like that. I've never been into Barbie movies, and I don't see the point. Like, I know it's a raise in it, but I'm not wasting my time watching that shit. Thoughts on Mary J's new scams with oils and postcards? She has an oil scam? Mary Jane Byram, the scammer, has an oil scam? I know about the postcard stuff because I covered that on my second channel, but she has oils? Don't buy none of that shit. Anyone that supports Mary Jane and buys any of her shit or buys anything that she's doing is a fucking idiot. It's one thing to still watch her content whenever you feel like it, but anyone that's giving that girl money is a fucking idiot. Has anyone confronted you in person because of your YouTube commentary? Asked by Queen K. No one has ever confronted me for a video that I posted on YouTube. Well, I mean, there was a subscriber one time, right? So I was, as far as like person I've made videos about, no. But I did have one instance, right, where one of my subscribers, one of y'all recognized me, and it was this girl on a Greyhound. And she had some thoughts and opinions about a video I made, but she was like, do you really feel about that? And I was like, do I really feel about what? She like what you said about that in that video. And she didn't really know what she was asking me. She more so just seemed like she just wanted to hear me speak, which I don't know why. Like, she asked me, like, do you really feel about that situation? I'm like, well, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, I feel like it is what it is. That situation happened when it happened, and it's just my opinion. And literally, as I was talking, she was giving me a stink face. She was really like this as I was talking. She was like looking at me stink the whole time. And I thought that was kind of unfortunate, but she seemed like she was upset about a video I made. I didn't take it too personal, but she didn't really seem like she had anything that she wanted to ask. She just asked me like, "Oh, like how do you feel about like what you said? Like you just like you did a video talking about that." Like she didn't really have a question. She more so just wanted to kind of like press the video, like press the situation, but she didn't really have an actual question. She just asked me, "Do I really feel that way?" When I'm just like, I should have asked her, like, what are you talking about? How did I feel? What exactly do you want my opinion on? But instead, I just kind of like went on a tangent, and she was like giving me a stink face as I was talking. And then I noticed, I peeped, and I kind of just shut down a little bit by just being like, "Oh, and yeah," and then I just kind of like kept the conversation short and pivoted to a different topic, and I kind of got off the Greyhound. I never saw her again. But she wasn't like mean and nasty, but she just gave me like a stink face because she was mad about some commentary I did, and that's just the closest thing that I've got. But other than that, nothing too crazy. Yes, someone said she just wanted drama with you, probably because she was giving me a stink face, but she didn't really have an actual question. She was just like, "Well, like, how do you feel about like that? Like, because I know you made a video talking about that." Somebody said news about Alyssa Forever. So the Alyssa Forever situation per se, Um, a lot of people were not happy about my video, which I understand because at the end of the day, a lot of people have been in her shoes before. A lot of people have struggled with their mental health. So at the end of the day, I know and understand why a lot of people felt some type of way about my video that I made. I just more so stressed self accountability, hold people accountable for their actions. She got herself in a lot of bad situations. She self sabotages, and she also says that she does not want to get a regular job, which made me cringe and turned me off because in my head, I'm just like, get a job. I hope she's doing well and I hope she finds herself and I hope she prevails. But hold yourself accountable. Get a fucking job. If you feel like social media is not paying you anymore, like get a job. Hold yourself accountable for the shit that you're doing and try to get better. I just felt like she was self-sabotaging, and a lot of people felt like I was being a little bit insensitive. People didn't say that they disagreed with me. They just felt as though that I was being insensitive, which I understood. But at the end of the day, hold yourself accountable, get a job, make better choices, stop self-sabotaging because no one's gonna save you. Because those same fake ass friends that she had in Los Angeles, in the Holly weird world, they didn't have her back. They dipped on her. They ghosted her. They didn't want to be there for her. Some of them probably never even cared enough to help her, and she got herself in a awkward and bad situation. And unfortunately, that's just what it is. Someone said, I'm sorry if I'm skipping your question. Somebody said, how do you handle friends who act nice, but their actions are the opposite? They want you to go out of your way to do favors for them, but they don't. All you gotta do is just cut those people off. The fuck? Stop talking to them. If you feel like you're putting in more in a friendship than they are, stop talking to them. It's really that simple. Like just block them. Like if you feel like whenever they ask you to jump, you're just like, oh yeah, for sure, I got you. But then the minute you need them to jump for you and they don't jump for you, you need to just respect it. Like some people just aren't the best people, or some people are just bad friends. Just because someone's a bad friend, it doesn't mean that they're a bad person. Just respect the fact that they are who they are. Why the fuck are you still talking to them? Because I know I'm not gonna keep pouring into somebody who's eventually drained the shit out of me. We all know deep down inside who's genuine and who's there for us, and we know who's not. So don't overplay your role. Why the fuck are you overplaying your role? Stop overplaying your role in somebody's life. Look at what they're doing, proceed with caution, and keep it moving. Why are you overplaying your role for? You don't have to do all that. Someone said, happy birthday. Thank you. Hey, Troyce, how do you feel about Chicken Robinson's case? It's an unfortunate situation, and I'm not fully educated on that. But I will say you got to be careful the kind of company you keep. And it's unfortunate that she was around people who she traveled with, who she couldn't fully trust. And it's unfortunate that Mexico didn't really care that much to really like crack down this case until social media made it a big deal. It's unfortunate that people have a bad taste in their mouth about Mexico because of the Shaquilla Robinson situation. Thoughts on the Keisha Cole Lifetime movie? I have not watched that, but I will definitely watch that. Why are you so woke? Asked by Eagle. Honestly, life experience that have shaped me to where I am today. Like, I'm a very spiritual person, sensitive to energy, and I've been able to see demons and bad energies for a long fucking time. And I think being woke stems from having a good amount of discernment because I had to grow up very, very early and take care of myself at a very early age. So that's where that comes from. What happened to your watching your haters videos? Okay, for a lot of you who don't know, I used to make videos where I would react to my haters. Like at first, like if someone was trolling, I should do that again. Like if somebody was trolling my comment section and talking hella shit, I'd be like, bitch, you know what? I'm gonna fucking watch your fucking videos and see what kind of shit you post. Like if someone was saying nasty shit in my comment section, I would have watched their fucking videos and I would drag their ass right fucking back and be like, oh bitch, you wanna comment all types of fags and fat bitch and this and that when I'm gonna watch your video and I'm gonna react to it in front of all my followers. And I ended up deleting those videos because I mean, a lot of people used to drag me were like teeny boppers. They were like young ass teens who would like talk all types of crazy, comment all types of crazy language. And I would drag them and be like, you need to take your little fucking dirty pamper booty ass fucking home. You need to fucking go like, where the fuck are your parents, you fucking ugly ass rat? Like I used to go crazy, like you ugly ass rat. Where the fuck are your parents at? You fucking in my comment section calling all the crazy shit. But since you want to come from me like you grown, I'm gonna drag your ass like you grown. I used to go crazy. And I deleted those because of YouTube's little, Koopa rule. Like YouTube had like this weird rule where now if you showed any type of minor in your video in a inappropriate light, like rather it be like a family channel or rather it be you arguing like Vice Gum, for example, like roasting kids, you'd probably more than likely would get your channel age restricted or shut down. And I'm not really sure the whole YouTube rule. I just know that I said to myself, let me private those videos and take those videos down. Nobody care about those anyways. And those were years ago. Those videos were like 7, 8 years ago. But those were really good videos. I'm surprised you still remember those. I used to go crazy. Hey Troyce, would you come to the ATL Women's Expo again? It's happening again in November. I should. I love Atlanta. I love Atlanta. Okay. I don't know if I would live there, but I love Atlanta. I just love it. It feels like home. If you're a melanated person or you're trying to make it in the entertainment industry, everyone's just so wholesome and chill. I like Atlanta. That video was so funny. Thank you for answering all my questions. Keep doing you. No problem. Thank you, Miss Lacey B. Appreciate you. Someone said tips on pivoting career-wise of priorities and responsibilities. Pivoting in a different career. I would say map out all your goals, figure out what you have to do. A lot of the things that we can and can't do in life involve money. So figure out on how to cut back on your expenses, figure out how you can make more money, figure out how you could build your savings account, and then pivot careers. Because a lot of reasons why a lot of people pivot careers is because they want something more or better in life. But whatever you're making from your current job, try to save it and store it. Maybe have like a side hustle on the side, maybe like DoorDash or Uber Eats or even just driving Uber. Just stack up your bread. Make sure you have a security blanket of money just off to the side and then pivot when necessary. You set priorities and responsibilities. So I'm guessing you have maybe school or maybe you have kids or family to take care of. But make sure your finances are in order. And then I'm sure pivoting careers will be fine. Just save a good couple thousand. Troyce, are you going to keep uploading to your podcast? I love it so much. You are such an entertaining presenter. I am. I'm literally going to film a podcast right after this live and just talk about a lot of things. I'm going to talk about my experience. I got a notification. So my flight is actually in the next 3 hours. That was my flight notification. So I'm going to have to get off in the next 30 minutes. But anyways, I will do more podcasts. I still have more ideas for podcasts. I feel like I can still talk about more. I feel like I'd be having so much to talk about. I'm gonna do a podcast. I'm gonna do one. Give me some suggestions. But I'm gonna do one because I have so many. Because again, like I have so many podcast episodes, and I'm always picky. Like I don't just get on podcasts and just talk about nothing. Like I talk about serious real life shit. Where can I find your podcast? Okay, my podcast is on Apple Podcasts, the app. Apple Podcasts, it's on Spotify, it's on SoundCloud, it's on iHeart. Just Google Troyce Podcast and you'll find links to it. Or just go on any of one of my description videos and then you'll see like links to my podcast. It's all linked down below. Everything is in my description box and all my other videos. Or just Google my name, Troyce, or Destin Troyce, or Troyce TV Podcast, and you'll just see links to it. That's what you got to do. The universe heard me say I wanted money. I got in a car accident and got workers' comp. How can I use this money to pay for school and buy a used car? Spend it wisely. Spend it wisely. If you want a car, please do not lease an expensive car. Buy you a nice little car cash that's not that extravagant, but it's good enough to get you around. Or find someone who's selling a car. Make sure you do all the necessary things. Get the title. Make sure it's not salvaged. Make sure everything's in good condition. Get a good mechanic to review it, and then get a car and buy it cash. Even if you have to buy it from a dealership, just do what you got to do and preserve your income and do things the cheaper route and preserve all that money you have because it will go by very fast if you're impulsive with it. Someone said you can't be 42. I know black don't crack, but goddamn, have you been on that adrenochrome? Oh, that's the conversation people are not ready for, adrenochrome. So for those of you who don't know what adrenochrome is basically children's blood, where it's been a conspiracy theory for the longest time that a lot of celebrities drink children's blood in order to, I don't want to say too much because I know I'm on YouTube, but I might make a separate podcast about it, but it's basically people think that a lot of the kids that go missing due to human trafficking are usually kidnapped and their organs are harvested for like all the big, richest, wealthiest people. And then oftentimes people drink the youth's blood to stay youthful and young because children are the purest people ever. Almost like a spiritual sacrifice, and it keeps your skin flourishing. Because Sandra Bullock, the lady from Bird Box, and the lady from I forgot what other movie she was in. She was in, I think, The Heat with Melissa McCarthy. Sandra Bullock said that she stays young because she uses the foreskin of children's foreskin on their private area and she rubs it on her face. So it's been a common thing that people use human organs and human limbs and human flesh and human blood to stay young. We're not going to get too deep onto that, but adrenochrome is just what a lot of people do to stay youthful and looking young. Right, kids. Monster Inc. was about adrenochrome. Get kids scared and harvest their energy. You are so right. Like I always think about Monsters Inc. because harvesting the energy of the youth and harvesting energy of the innocent, it just always that's why so many kids are missing, but there's no counter. Notice how when we were in a pandemic express, there was a huge ass counter that calculated all the cases day by day, one by one, but we never have a counter or a documenter for all the kids that go missing. There's no calculator. There's no documentation, like what their race are, we just have an estimate, like, oh, 50,000 kids this year, 2,000 kids this month were missing. And then the media, the mainstream news don't give a fuck. They don't care because they know that it's such old news and they rather distract us with other shit. I love my family, but don't agree with how they discipline their children. Any advice? What are they doing to discipline their children? The most thing you can do is call CPS, call police on their ass, call police. That's just all I can think of if it's that bad. So let's see. Would you ever do a meet and greet with your subscribers? I would. It would have to be in a secured location. There would have to be security and would have to make sense. Someone said, let's see. Oh my God. Hold on. Let me read this real quick. So someone named Jen said, talk about the transracial movement that's happening and it's crazy. It's affecting very young girls. Transracial? That is the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my fucking life. You mean like Rachel Dolezal transracial? Oh my god. Oh my god. Someone said Troyce skipped my question. Destiny Roy, ask again. I ain't see it. Happy birthday, Troyce. My birthday is next Sunday. Have you ever been to Costa Rica? I have not been to Costa Rica. Should I? I never had the desire to go, but I know people who have been and said they loved it. All right, with the someone said Dustin Charleston White. Oh, this person spammed me hella questions. How can I let my family know that I don't plan on having kids and that I'm asexual? I'm Nigerian. I can relate to that heavily. And to be honest with you, I would say it's none of their fucking business. Just tell them that you don't want any kids. Like, why is it their business? Like, who the fuck cares? Like, it's your fucking life, it's your fucking body. I know it's like Nigerian tradition to have kids and then have them like take care of you and shit, but it's none of their fucking business that you don't want to have kids. Who the fuck cares? Happy birthday from Portland, Oregon. Thank you so much, Nikki Brown Clown. Someone said, I'm 16. I just quit a job. I just quit a post job a couple months ago. I'm starting a new job, and tomorrow my parents wants to control my money. What should I do? They won't listen. Let me just say, for anyone watching this, if you have parents that want to control your finances and money, please lie about how much you make. If you are young and you're tired of your parents taking your money, you're gonna have to either one bulk up and say hell no, I'm taking a stand, or don't don't tell them the truth about how much you're making. You never really tell your relatives how much you're making because your relatives will spread that information like a wildfire. It's no one's business how much you're making, and if they're trying to control your finances and you're underage, try saying no. Try coming up with a negotiation by saying, "Hey, I'll pay rent, I'll pay my fair share, but I want to control my money." Just pay your fair share. Like, it sucks that they're doing that, but just pay your fair share and just leave it at that. How can I send something slash contact you? You said before, but I forgot. You can go on Patreon. If you want to message me, join my Patreon. It's like $2 a month. If you don't, you can email me. I can't guarantee you I'm going to see it because my emails are fucking. I have like 43,000 emails. Like emails that I've like there's times I've got opportunities in my email and I'm just like, wait, I've never even seen this before. So Patreon is the best way to message me. If not Patreon, you can try Instagram DM or you could try tweeting me. Not a lot of y'all follow me on Twitter and not a lot of people tweet me. So I'll likely see it on Twitter. If not, Patreon. Someone said I'm going to join the Patreon. Thank you so much, Pinky Pink. I appreciate that very much so. Someone said do a podcast on how to elevate slash move on from heartbreak and betrayal. I could definitely think of some things I could talk about on how to maneuver and elevate and progress in life without having to, oh my God, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sir Smiles. That is very kind of you. I greatly, very much appreciate that. You didn't have to do that, but thank you. You didn't have to do that, but you did. Thank you. I greatly appreciate that. Thank you so much, Sir Smiles. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And again, like if I skipped your super chat and like whatever for anyone that sent me a super chat, again, thank you because you don't have to. Like anyone that's sending me super chats, like I'm not on here like, oh, give me like I appreciate that. I didn't get to read a lot of them, but I do appreciate all of them and I do see a lot of them at the end. But thank you so much again. Thank you again, Sir Smiles. That was very kind of you. Right. Like, thank you. Like, that was crazy. I did not expect that. So this person asks again, if you guys have a question to ask, please feel free to just ask. Literally, I'm on here for like a good 20 minutes. Okay. I have a flight into the Dominican Republic. Like, and then I'm going to Haiti. So like ask away and I'll do more live stream and let me know what content y'all want to see. Like, let me know. Like topics, whatever. Like y'all gave me a lot of ideas. Someone said, "Hey Troy, do you have a best friend?" I see literally everyone having a best friend or a close relationship with someone. And I feel like it's so difficult to have that. I have good friends, but not like a close friend that I tell everything to. You know what I mean? I think I have boundaries with all my friends. So I have a good amount of friends. I have a friend in Brazil. I got a homie in Trinidad. I got a homie in London. We're not that close, but I got friends out here in Los Angeles. Even my brother. I think the closest friend that I have is my brother. My brother's probably my close friend because I tell my brother more things personal than anyone else, and we talk like maybe at least a few times out of the month. But yeah, it's hard to have a close friend. And to be honest, just focus on having good friends. And then eventually those can grow into close friends. So just be friends with decent people. And then all those can manifest into close friends in the future. Just let things happen naturally. Like, don't force it. You don't need a best friend. A lot of people think they need a best friend because they don't have a partner, but you don't really need a best friend. Just live your life. Live your life and focus on being around good, like minded individuals. And for those individuals that aren't like minded and good people, cut them off, let them go. You don't have to cuss nobody out or just outright tell people you're cutting them off, but just don't pick up when they call and stop jumping up to people's defense. I'm about to say, Haitian flag, thank you. Somebody said, when are you making that my wife and kids video? I really should. I really should because there's so much to talk about the wife and kids things, like with Tisha Campbell almost not getting the job, and with like the dark skin Claire getting replaced. There's a lot of things to talk about. My thoughts on Little Tay, I'm sure it's all a hoax. My intuition been knew that she wasn't dead. 'Cause I'm just like, how the fuck did a 9 year well, she's not nine no more. She's like 15 now. How the fuck did a young teenage little Asian girl who comes from a father that does pretty well and a mother that's pretty well just wound up dead out of nowhere? Like something about that just didn't seem right. And the fact that it was poking on her Instagram and not and her father didn't confirm nothing, and then the police say that there's no confirmation of her passing away. Like, nah, man. Like, no one spoke out to vouch for it. It was just Tay's family posting it on her Instagram, the Instagram that she don't even control. I knew it was full of shit from the get go. Wait, Sheila, ignore the fuck out of your jealous ass sister. Simple. Wait, what happened, Sheila? I'm not sure who Sheila is. Ask your question again, Sheila. I ain't see it. Ethiopians are fucking gorgeous. Like I went to Ethiopia, I went to Addis Ababa, and when I tell you, like people were so kind, so nice. Like I literally tried to tip my Airbnb host because he was nice enough to pick me from the Airbnb. And I was like, oh here, I gave him like $20 American, which is a lot of money in Ethiopia. And he was like, oh no, you don't have to do that. I'm like, no, but I want to. He's like, you sure? I'm like, yes, of course. And he took it and he was like really grateful for it. Like just nice, hospitable, probably some of the most attractive people that I've ever seen in my life. Like every minute I was like, oh, whoa, like so many people that look like they should be runway models, looking like they should be in Tyler Perry films, like looking like they should be on the cover of Vogue magazine, looking like they should be on the fucking mat, like just gorgeous ass people. Just literally Ethiopians and Somalis, and I'll say Kenyans and Senegalese people are just fucking gorgeous. Somebody said 1 foot. Senegal was great. I wish I vlogged it. Next time I will, but it was fun. It was fun. It was I didn't really know much and I was just like kind of winging it, but it was fun. I met a subscriber there who was nice enough to show me like a really good food spot and it was nice talking to her, but Senegal, it was cool. It was fun. I feel like I'll have more fun now that I know people over there. So, oh, Sheila, thank you, Sheila, for the super chat. I'm in a relationship with a man 30 years older than me for 5 years. My sister is being hard on me with that. with what I'm doing in my life. I'm just enjoying my life. I'm guessing you're saying, right? Honestly, enjoy your life. Like, is that man taking care of you? Is he a good support system? Fuck the hell anybody else got to say. That's your fucking life. Fuck her. Fuck what your sister got to think. Live your life. If he's taking care of you, he's a good support system. He's not beating your ass and not trying to push you away from your relatives. Fuck what they think. Sometimes it could be jealousy. And if they're jealous of you or not jealous of you and concerned about you, respect their opinions because you've been with him for several years. Just live your life, be happy, like do what you want to do. And if it doesn't work out, then it doesn't work out. And if it does, they'll probably be at your wedding anyways. So all your friends and family are not gonna like your partner. They can mind their fucking business. They might be jealous of you, or they might not be. But if they are, but I wouldn't be surprised if they were jealous of you. Hope you're greatly benefiting from being with him. I'm not sure who you're talking about. Oh, the person who said that their spouse is 30 years older than them. I hope you're greatly again. Yeah, I hope that person is a good support system. What's your thoughts on Young Thug? Kind of great ritual with his lawyer. I didn't know about that. I'm not sure about that. I gotta follow up with the whole Young Thug ritual thing. Do you think Halle Bailey have a better music career outcome than Chloe? Honestly, yes. I think Chloe Bailey will not have a big music career like her sister. I'm just not a fan of Chloe Bailey's music. I just think it's corny. I think she needs a lot of work, and I think she needs to hire more. She better fucking hire Pharrell. She better fucking hire The Dream. She better hire Robin Thicke. She better fucking get up here and hire John B. And she better get her ass up and hire like Omarion or some shit. Like she needs to hire a really better songwriter because I just don't like her music. It's just cringe. It just doesn't do well because her music isn't captivating. It just doesn't interest me. I don't feel anything. When she sings, it's like beautiful, but I don't feel anything with her music. Jennifer Aniston and Jamie Foxx situation. I didn't know anything about Jennifer Aniston and Jamie Foxx. I might have to look into that. Why are you spamming the same thing, Jay Elizabeth? Oh, I didn't answer your question first. I'm torn between finishing high school where I grew up in the South, living with an unemployed parent, or moving to my other parents in North Virginia where I have a better support system. Honestly, where do you want to move? That's a better question. You're torn between having a support system, but where the fuck do you want to move? Even if you don't have a support system, where do you want to move? Where does your pocket say? Like, do you want to go to New York? Do you want to go to London? Where do you want to move? Like where do you want to move instead of where everybody else wants you to move? Like, ask yourself that question and just go from there. And guess what? If you make a mistake, the best thing about life is that you could just choose again. Like, just choose again. Just pick where you want to live that you feel like would be more fun, that you feel like would be lit, that you feel like would be challenging for you, and that you feel like would be captivating for a good life experience and a good story, and just move there. Where do you want to go? Not where your relatives want to go, relatives want you to go to. Just go where you think would be the most fun. Because deep down inside, you already know the answer. Thoughts on R. Kelly making Aaliyah sign an NDA? I didn't even know R. Kelly made Aaliyah sign an NDA. I haven't seen you since the chubby days. Love to see your hard work. Thank you so much. Yes, a lot of people oftentimes will tell me that. They'll be like, wow, last time I saw you, you were a fat back computer shaped ass bitch. Last time I saw you, you were fit. Like, people are always shocked when one thing that people always say to me when they see me in public is, wow, you look great. Wow, you lost a lot of weight. Like, that's a common thing that people often say to me because I didn't realize how popular I was when I was heavier. It is a pleasure, excuse me, and an honor that so many people have followed me and enjoyed me and watched my content for so many years. Like, that means a lot to me. So I appreciate you sticking around and I appreciate you coming back because that means I'm obviously doing something right. And that means there's something about me that obviously like intrigues you and entertains you. And I appreciate you for coming back. So see, I'm trying to read every last comment. Oof. That's my alarm for my damn flight. So I gotta get off for here in the next 5 minutes. So is there anything y'all want to ask me? Where do you see your career in the next 5 to 10 years? Happy birthday. In the next 5 to 10 years, I'm blessed. In the next 5 to 10 years, I am high vibrational. I'm around an abundant amount of people who want to see me win. In the next 5 to 10 years, I own tons and tons of things. In the next 5 to 10 years, I'm the most influential person in the world. In the next 5 to 10 years, you might just catch me at the Met Gala. In the next 5 to 10 years, I will probably be on your favorite TV show, or I might be, a New York Times best-selling author selling out thousands and thousands of books. In the next several years, I will likely just own my own publishing company. I'll probably be the most influential person on the planet, and I would have accomplished world domination. So I'm just manifesting that and speaking this to existence so that way I can play it back and watch it in the future. Do you still think college is a scam? Honestly, yes. Unless you're pursuing a career like a doctor or a lawyer or some shit, college is a scam. Like, if you're not gonna be pursuing something that involves the essential work like tech, like IT tech or technology, or if you're not gonna be doing something like engineering and being an attorney or being a doctor or college can definitely be a scam unless you genuinely care about education. If you generally care about education and learning and you want to go to college, then okay, go. But other than that, college is like this pyramid scheme where they come to your high school, they come to your school, and they encourage you to come to our college, come to our school. They'll never invite an entrepreneur on a career day. You ever notice that? They'll never have an entrepreneur come in. They'll never have somebody who is just happy working their 9 to 5 job, who built their reputation based off of networking, because you can get a lot of really great jobs from networking with the right people. They'll never in their fucking lives bring somebody in who works a regular, cool, laid back 9 to 5 where they network, work their way up, and they've been working there for like 2 years. And it's great. For example, like people who work at the post office, right? They would never invite a post office worker who will give you like game on how you can make, because some post office workers make like 80K a year, some are making 6 figures a year. They'll never invite those people, but they'll invite all these people who are like college scouts, right? To encourage you to come to their school. They'll never invite somebody who worked their way up or networked to get a great job. They'll always just invite universities. And it just makes me think that this is just some pyramid scheme that high schools are just benefiting from. And if you're not going to pursue a career in technology or IT tech or, something like being a doctor or a lawyer, why go to school, spend 80 fucking thousand at a university for 4 years, work and have a degree that you don't even like or care about anymore, struggle to get a job, and you just went to college. You have a piece of paper. You paid 80K for a piece of paper. If they made it possible to refund your degree and in exchange you get all that money back that you personally paid for your college with, then college wouldn't be a scam. But if you can't return your degree, it's a scam unless you're going to like be a doctor or a lawyer or a teacher or something. It's really fucked up that it's just this glorified. It's so expensive. It's mostly expensive in America, but it's so expensive, and then people are spending their whole life paying off student debt and then paying taxes and then paying credit card debt and then paying off other loans that they have to get to sustain themselves in school. And then guess what? Even when you do get a good job, you don't have the means to just say, oh yeah, I'm gonna just splurge, and then pay my student loans of all this money I made. And then you're not even guaranteed good money when you get a job unless you're a fucking doctor or a lawyer or you work in tech. It just is what it is. Thank you for the 999 super chat. Love Lavette Dune. Someone said, I know AR said, hey, but You about to be safe. Love the vids and peace and love from Miami Gardens. Yes, thank you so much. That's mostly where I grew up. You're from Miami Gardens. I went to Norwood Elementary School. Let's see. I my grandma used to own a crib literally right by the stadium. So you know the Hard Rock Stadium. I used to live literally right down the street from that. Like right down the street, I could literally walk there. That's where I used to live. Like right by where Trick Daddy's Sunday's Eatery was. Before Trick Daddy's Sunday Eatery was there, that's where I used to live. Like literally where like around like where Chef Creole is, grew up all around Miami Gardens. Back when we used to call it Kiro City. Should parents' narcissism be associated with the culture? No. Like narcissism is literally like a mental illness. Like people who gaslight you and make it seem like you're the problem and never look at their issues, that's like a mental health issue. And it's so crazy how that's like a generational curse that goes on amongst a lot of Hispanic families and Black families, and even families in general, where they're around like that's like people who are narcissistic are people who just dwell in victimhood. And that just seems like something that needs to be genuinely diagnosed and healed from. So it's really sad that people pass that shit on to their kids and the cycle continues. All you got to do is just wake up, hold yourself accountable, apologize when you're wrong for stuff, and stay away from people who are just narcissistic. I hate that that's a common thing in so many people's families. Happy birthday, Troyce. Thank you, Miranda. I appreciate you. Miranda Robinson, the realtor. Someone said learn a skill. Yes, learn a skill. Like go to a technical school, you know, get a certification, get an IT certification, you know, go to a boot camp. Don't spend all this ridiculous amount of money on school if you're not sure if you want to even go to school. And the degree would probably be irrelevant in the future. Yes, a lot of these degrees will be irrelevant in the future. And it's so fucked up and unfortunate that you can't return your degree. If you can't get a job in your field, but you want all that 20K, 15K that you paid in student loans and tuition, you can't even get that money back. That's fucked up. College is a glorified scam unless you're going to be a doctor or a lawyer. Learn skills, network. And even if you are still going to college, that's okay. And if you're in college, that's okay. But please, y'all, learn a skill, build your resume, like build connections, build like relationships. Relationship management is the most powerful thing you can have. If you have great relationships in any industry you're in or in your city, you'll be fine. You can get any job. Like if someone likes you and fucks with you, they'll put you on and connect you. Just build relationships, go network, go out. Don't just be going to nightclubs and stuff. Go to business events, go to seminars, build connections and relationships and be genuine. If you're genuine and people like you and they met you at a networking event, they're going to want to help you and connect. It's happened with me. Like I went to networking events and vibe with this one girl, vibe with this one dude. And guess what? They'll say, hey, come through. You should come through. Or, hey, this is a cool event. I think you would love it. Come through. Build relationships. Still work on yourself. Don't be worried about trying to leech on people, but build relationships, and then you'll be able to cross those bridges when necessary. Do you recommend I buy Moldavite or let someone gift it to me? I think you should buy it. It's expensive, but I think you should buy it. If you really want it, I think you should buy it. Moldavite is a very popular stone that has this weird power and energy to like kind of shift your life in weird ways. Where like when you bring it into your life, it has like this high vibrational energy to just completely shift your world. But it elevates your vibration to reject things that aren't good for you. So I recommend Moldavite. The website I recommend to buy it from is moldavitefamily.com. That's where I get mine. It's moldavitefamily.com or a reputable crystal store. So Jackie said, I watch your story and it seems like you have a lot of friends. How do you meet so many people? Thoughts on Bumble BFF? Sorry for spam. It's all good. I don't have a lot of friends. I have a lot of acquaintances and associates. And when I do go out and I always meet people, it's mainly because I have a great energy. I'm very nice and polite and kind to people. I'm respectful to people. And people are always seeing me by myself. When you go places, whether you're a man or a woman by yourself, people are going to see you and be like, you're here by yourself? And they're going to want to approach you and introduce you to their people. And then the cycle continues. They're going to be like, hey, what you doing after this? You should pull up to this event. And then you just drive to the event. And then they introduce you to their people. You're sitting with them. You network. And then you build friends and connections that way. And then you nurture those friendships. You know, when their birthday come around, they invite you to things. Go to their birthday parties. If they invite you to their club events, go to their club events. You know, pour into people. You know, just let your energy speak and go places alone. And eventually people will flock to you. No matter your age, go places alone where it's safe, obviously, where it's safe. And eventually people will like your energy and flock to you and they'll want to hang out with you. You know, Don't just be on your phone glued and focused. Get off your phone, look around, and someone will eventually walk up to you and come up to you, and they'll introduce you and show you around, and that could be a great relationship. If you believe in God, let God or the universe just throw randoms into your life, because when you put yourself in random situations, the universe or God, whatever you believe in, is going to just bless you and be like, okay, wait, she's at an event by herself, she's at a bar by herself, she's at a party by herself, or she's at a food truck event by herself. Let's throw in this person. Okay, let's make sure we throw in this person, and then you'll get blessed and you'll just meet great people. So just put yourself out there. That's what I do. I just put myself out there, and I just always meet some really amazing people. Every country I've ever been to, I have connections there. Literally, like Senegal, Ethiopia, Saudi Arabia, let's see, Brazil, let's see, Mexico. If I ever go back to a lot of these countries, I'll have somebody to hit up because I go places by myself and I'm just polite and chill and respectful to people. And then eventually it turns into something great. Somebody said, what do you think? Why do you think weed is so normalized? I was peer pressured to smoking and all the trauma came back. It's actually dangerous. I think the rappers make it a big thing. I feel like at the end of the day, when it comes down to weed, people smoke it because it makes them comfortable. It helps them run from their demons. It helps relax them. That's literally what it is. And if you were traumatized by it, then I really hope that you stop smoking. Somebody said, don't forget your flight, Troyce. You're absolutely right. My flight is literally at 11. Right now it's 7:46 p.m. and I really got to get the hell up out of here. Luckily, I already showered, but I can stay out here for another 5 more minutes. And someone said, it depends on what you smoke. Yep. Okay, you're right. You're right. Someone said, Troyce, you're playing. You're right. Literally, my flight is in 3 hours. I really should leave. Really. Sweetness said, you better be chill in Saudi Arabia. You're right. You better be chill. People be telling me that. People be like, you better be chill because listen, values, people have like their internalized beliefs, the religious beliefs, homophobia, chaos, racism, prejudice. Like you just never know anywhere. But at the end of the day, I had fine. I had a fun time. I was fine. I was fine in Saudi Arabia. It's always chaos anywhere you go. Like I could literally walk down the street in America and somebody could snatch me up, or someone could oppress me or do some fucked up shit. Let's see. What does this woman say? Connie World said, "White lives matter. What do thoughts like? What are my thoughts on white lives matter?" If you don't get that shit out of my face, bitch. Somebody said college is a scam. I attended school for 2 years and they are now closing down and my credits won't transfer. What? You went to school for 2 years and they're closing down and your credits won't transfer? It's a scam. Like they're gonna make you take more classes and they're gonna end up making you pay more money because they feel like the classes don't count. That is so weird. I'm not sure what your situation is, but I would do research and I would talk to other people on like what I do whenever I can't figure out the answers to something. Go on Reddit. Like there's people out there who probably have the same experiences as you. Just go on Reddit. My laptop is about to die. I'm about to get off in the next 2 minutes, so please be sure to ask me any more remaining questions that you may have. Anything you want to ask, feel free to let me know. I'm down to answer whatever. Your life path number, I see 1111 and 444 a lot, and 414. Thoughts on the 2024 election? That shit is gonna be popping. And let me just tell you this: I really hope the Black Lives Matter people don't come back like the movement. Like those people who came out of nowhere and you found out they were using the donations to like line their own fucking pockets and they weren't even like using it to invest in the black community. I hope that whole like movement with those founders and those people where they control the movement and they get on social media and I really hope this like history doesn't repeat itself like with all these people come out of the woodwork. I know that it's going to be crazy. I know a lot of things are going to go viral. I know a lot of our favorite politicians who are going to run are not going to win. And I have a gut feeling that it's going to be two things. It's either Trump going to get reelected or Joe Biden going to win again. That's literally what it's going to be, unfortunately. Politics literally repeats itself. And unfortunately, voting, if you want to vote, then vote. But honestly, when it comes down to voting, what really matters the most is the midterm elections and your local elections. Someone said, wait, let's see. Someone said, thoughts on Doja Cat, Doja Poom Poom, and her pedophile boyfriend. Everybody has been dragging Doja Cat's boyfriend lately, and I have no idea like what's going on with that. Somebody said planning to get a house one day, but just now, I just need to know where I want to live. You know what I mean? I plan on leaving Los Angeles for a little bit one day. Los Angeles has amazing weather. There's a lot of opportunities here, but I feel like eventually I may have to leave and pivot and go somewhere else because I don't know how long I want to fucking pay a ridiculous amount of money in rent. Every time I go out to eat, I'm paying at least $50+ or more. I don't know how long I can fucking take it. Like I don't know how long I can genuinely handle this. So it's not that I can't afford to live here. It's just more so like a my money would go so much further if I just went somewhere else. Like I could go somewhere else and my money would go so much further. You know, it's almost like people who like want to stay in New York City because of pride. Like, why stay in New York City when you can go to the Yonkers or you can go to upstate New York where it might be a little bit cheaper, or you can go to Philly, like PA, you know, or you can go to somewhere like Delaware where it's just a little bit cheaper compared to New York City. So it's just in my head, I'm just like, this is a great city of great opportunities, but I made a lot of friends and connections, but I could just get the fuck up out of here when necessary. You know what I mean? Let's see. I said California would be expensive for you when you first moved there. Yeah, if you're not used to California being expensive, it's gonna like be a culture shock. Like I'm blessed where I'm fine financially, but it's just like, oh my god, like what the fuck? Like, wait, you have to pay $300 to register a car. Insurance is how much out here? Hold on, like, it's so much that comes with living in California where it's just like, yeah, I'm going to Texas. I'm going to hillbilly ass Texas. I'm gonna take my ass to fucking like Toronto, where it's a little bit cheaper than the US and you still get a little bit more bang for your buck and you still get, you know, better laws and it's progressive. Like, or I can go to Mexico where I could learn Spanish and pay like just a couple $100 for rent. Like, I'm not someone that like to live luxury and live above my means. I live in a very basic apartment. I don't wear designer clothes, as you can see. I don't wear expensive jewelry or, you know, it's just LA, Los Angeles, California. It's just expensive. And it's just like, at what point, if you don't want a home here or have a family here, does it really make sense if you really are already kind of doing well in your field? Like my channel is already growing. I'm already doing well on YouTube. My channel is continuing to grow. Do I really need to be here? I mean, I would have loved to pursue some acting, but now everything is self-tape. I could literally do self-tapes at home. I could literally record myself auditioning for a movie and then email it to a casting director. And then guess what? I get the role and I fly out to Los Angeles and I live here for a little bit. You know what I mean? Oh shit, you're right. Someone said catch a flight, Troyce. You're right. My flight is literally in 3 hours. In 3 hours. So one of my followers is from Toronto. Have an awesome flight. Thank you so much. Toronto's expensive too. Toronto is expensive. I know a lot of like again. Toronto's on my bucket list. I really love to. I love the way y'all speak. I just love it. Like, hey, yo, like, yeah, man, like, yeah, like you say, man, like, hey, yeah, yeah, like it's like y'all remind me of New Yorkers, and y'all are just like, but y'all are just more friendlier and nicer than New Yorkers. I just love Canadians. Like, I just love Canada. Like, I'm going to Toronto. Like, I'm thinking about maybe living somewhere like Toronto Because the thing is, my problem with Los Angeles and California, it's not that it's like expensive, or I'm like, oh my God, it's just like what am I paying for? Like, I'm just paying for the weather. You know, when you live in a place like Los Angeles, like I'm around the hustle and bustle. I live in the center of the city, so I'm next to everything. I can get a lot of places. Like from a bus, I'm there. On a train, I'm there. But it's just like, why the fuck am I paying all this fucking bread for like trash everywhere? The city is fucking filthy. The train stations are fucking disgusting, and like this is a great city with a lot of great opportunities, and I've made some great friends and connections and people that are going to be a part of my life for a long time. But do I really need to be here? Like, does it really make any sense for me to be here? You know, like then I wanted to do some acting on the side and some entertainment on the side, but now the writer strike is here, and now there's a lot of entertainers that are like now boycotting the entertainment industry. Like, does it really make any sense? Do you have a PO box? Yes, I do have a PO box. It is in. I'm gonna post it on Instagram, and I posted it on my community tab. So on my community tab where I posted my little birthday photos, I put my little PO box there. So I'm gonna put my PO box in my description of this live stream, which it is there actually. Like right now, like my PO box is in the description of this live stream. So I just put it there. So feel free to go look at that. Can you do a video reacting to your haters' videos again? Now that I have more followers, you know what? Maybe I should. I should. I don't know. Like, would y'all really want to see me reacting to like people who drag in the comment section's YouTube channel? Like, would y'all really want to see me do that? Like, that'd be kind of fun. Do you talk about you talk to your mom? No, I do not. I do not. Literally, maybe one day I'd give it a chance, but other than that, I just no. I need to protect myself at all costs. I think when you do fucked up things that I don't like, and I make it clear that you're hurting me, I'm just not gonna talk to you again. Sometimes when you try to hold people accountable, it's a lot of gaslighting. Where I'm sorry you feel that way, or it is what it is. It's just yeah, it just is what it is. Somebody said, let's see, is it that bad? I mean, it's not like I'm like, oh my, yeah, it is kind of bad. Like as far as like fake shit, sinister shit, relative. Like for example, like I'm gonna talk about this on the podcast, but tell me why my dad literally tried to steal my brother's identity. Yes, my dad literally stole my brother's identity. My dad basically took my brother's information and he took out a cable bill. He never paid the cable or internet bill with Xfinity. And guess what? That shit ended up going into collections debt. So now my brother owes about $150 in collections debt because my dad used my brother's information recently, too. Recently, this was a little bit before the pandemic, and my brother just now found out about it. Like right before the pandemic, my dad took out a cable and internet bill, used my fucking brother's like information, and now my brother has like $150 in collections debt because my dumbass father wants to steal my brother's identity. It's just like it's like who? It's like what the fuck? Like sometimes I think to myself, am I fucking related to these people? Like I just can't be related to people who would literally go out of their way to do shit like that. And the list goes on of a lot of crazy, horrendous stories that I have. So I'll talk about this all in podcasts. Someone said I would have him arrested. Literally, like I told my brother to go fill out a fucking police like fucking report. Like, because again, like for those of you who are just jumping in, my dad stole my fucking brother's identity, and now my brother has collections debt because my dad didn't pay the fucking internet and cable bill. He didn't even ask my brother, but he just used my brother's social security. Like, I think he impersonated my brother because that's the only way it would make sense. Because my brother wasn't there. My brother didn't even give him permission to do that. He impersonated my brother, used my brother's information, took out a fucking internet cable bill, didn't pay it, and now my brother has debt, unpaid debt. And that fucked up my brother's credit. So my brother told me he was going to try to dispute it. But my brother said that if it doesn't dispute, then he'll put a police report. But I told my brother to report it now, like report it anyways. That's fucked up. My brother is not as my brother is he's the complete opposite of me. My brother is very chill. He's very blunt like me too. He's very like real, don't give a fuck, don't take no shit. But my brother is also very subtle and doesn't like confrontation, doesn't like issues. So my brother tries to avoid issues at all costs. When with me, I'm like, I want all the fucking smoke. If you play with me, I want the smoke, bitch. If my dad did that to me, I would have fucking bitch. I would have fucking owned his fucking box Chevy by the time I was fucking done with his ass. Like I would have went crazy if that happened to me. But for me, luckily, the reason it didn't happen to me is I put a lock on my credit score, which a lot of y'all watching this, here's my best advice for y'all. Please lock your fucking credit score. Put a lock on your credit score because there are some relatives who may have access to your social security or your personal information and you want to know something. Some of your relatives will literally go out of their way, the ones that you don't fuck with, to try to steal your identity. I've seen this happen time and time again. So please, if you have toxic relatives, lock your fucking credit score. Lock your credit. Like you never know who has access to your stuff. Like you never know. Like lock it. Like I use a website called transunion.com. Love them. If you're in America and you want to lock your credit scores to make sure no one uses your shit, please use transunion.com to lock your credit score. I promise you it'll be so worthwhile. Are you sure you want to revisit the stories you shared before? It's a lot. Yeah, it is a lot. But I don't mind to help people because people reach out to me and tell me that they're going through shit that I used to go through. So I don't mind revisiting them to help people. How much does it cost to lock your? It's not expensive at all. I literally pay like $25 a month. So just put $25 a month, put that shit on auto pay, and for $25 a month, your credit score is locked. Lock your shit. It literally costs. Well, mine is like $22 a month. Yeah. Go on transunion.com if you're in America and lock your shit. It's $22 a month. Put that shit on auto pay. Lock your shit. Act like you don't even see it. Connect it to one of your credit cards that you don't really use like that and just let it add up. Never cancel it because it's something else. Because again, when I got my credit lock many, many years ago, when I was really, really young, when I was 18, taking care of myself, my brother got his last minute. I've been told him to get one, but he never listened to me. I got mine a long time ago. And guess what? Because my brother didn't listen to me, my dad was able to use my brother's information and get a fucking like internet and cable bill that he didn't even pay on my brother's collections because my brother didn't listen to me when I told him to get a credit lock. He ended up listening to me, but this could have been avoided if he listened to me before. So please lock your shit. Yep. You can put a freeze on your credit. And guess what? If anyone tries to get credit cards in your name, open up a bank account, or like open up a utility bill in your name, they won't be able to because guess what? You can literally lock it and unlock it on the app. There's an app too where you can literally press lock and unlock. And even when you want to apply for a loan or credit cards, you would have to personally click unlock by yourself. That's how like reasonable and substantial it is. So TransUnion, someone said, "Oh my God, y'all keep telling me to literally get on my flight." Yeah, I need to get on TransUnion. Yes, TransUnion. That's the name of the website. Lock your shit. It's $20-something a month. It is so necessary because now my brother was pissed off because he got collections debt from like my dad like trying to be selfish and using my brother's information without his permission. Mind you, we don't even talk to my dad. So please lock your credit. Troyce, fly your yes, literally. Like I just trying to talk to y'all. Like fuck that flight, but no, not fuck that flight because I won't be able to get my money back. So I need to get on that flight. Which ways? Ain't no fucking way. I'd be on live if I had a flight in 3 hours. LOL. That would stress me out. Safe travels. Okay, you're right. So this is gonna be the last comment I'm gonna read. Thank you again for coming through. Thank you again for a lot of y'all who showed love, came through. Thank you for everyone that sent super chats. I appreciate all the love and support. Thank you so much. Do you have all three? Yes, I have all three credit bureaus on Experian. For you who just asked, yes, get all three. Go the full mile. Yes, I'm in California. We appreciate you staying talk. Yep. So for a lot of y'all who came in just now, feel free to watch the playback because I talked about a lot of stuff. That's why you talk. That's why you talk so much wisdom. Oh, thank you so much. I'm not really 42, y'all. I'm just trolling. Not troll. I'm just trolling. It's just a joke. My age is on the internet. You can just Google it. But again, thank you so much. See y'all. You know what? See y'all sometime next week or this month because I'm gonna start going live persistently because I pay for the damn subscription. And excuse me. See you guys for my next birthday. Thank you guys for all the love and support. I gotta dip and get the fuck up out of here and catch this damn flight because right now it's 8:03 p.m. and my flight is at 11:14 p.m. And I think boarding starts at like 10:40. So I need to get on that fucking flight right now. So thank you guys again. Oh my God, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Masao, thank you so much. I appreciate that. So again, thank y'all so much for the love and support. I appreciate y'all for sticking around for so many years. Shout out for the almost 2,000 people that came in. Now we're still at 1,300 people. Shout out to a lot of who just came through. I really appreciate that. Like y'all are just always showing me mad love, always being mad kind. If you have any suggestions that you want me to talk about, feel free to DM me, email me, tweet me. I'm more likely to see it if you tweet me. And if you really want me to see it, message me on Patreon. And if you want to know what my P.O. Box information is, my P.O. Box information is in the description box down below. If you would like to know, like if you want to send me like $1 or something, my Cash App is TROYCETV, literally $ TROYCETV. If you want to send me like $1 or some shit. And again, thank you so much. I gotta get the fuck up out of here. Oh, also really quick, y'all. Like this video. Like this video. Can y'all, a lot of y'all like this? Like, do me a favor, like this right now. Like, I appreciate that. Someone said just get your likes up. So if y'all can, feel free to hit the like button, like right now, like right now, like right now, like right now. And that would mean a lot because YouTube be shadow banning shit. And I gotta go. Literally, I have to go. Just gonna drink the rest of this wine and get the fuck up out of here. So yes. Yes, please like this video. Please like this video. Thank you guys again. Yes, no problem. I appreciate y'all. Like a lot of y'all always tell me that you always learn so much from watching my content, and I appreciate everybody who comes through and always shows love. And again, I'm always very blessed that my channel still does well after all these years because again, y'all did this. Like this is all y'all. So again, thank you so much for always coming through and showing me love and commenting on my videos and showing me mad love. I try my best to put as much effort in my content as possible. I've kind of glowed up. I don't have the energy anymore to just be like, oh my God, this fake ass YouTuber. Like I gotta be innovative. I gotta be adaptable. You know what I mean? So yeah, I have to Uber. That right now we're in rush hour in LA, so I feel like it's gonna take me like an hour just to get to the airport. So I need to get the fuck up out of here. And plus, my laptop is going to die, so I might as well get off. Someone said, have a good night, y'all. And again, y'all, like this video. Happy birthday to you, Troyce. And thanks for the wonderful live stream. And continue to stay true to yourself. Much love and safe travels. Thank you so much, Diamond Lees. I appreciate you. But again, I got to dip. Safe travels. Let me get off. And yes. So exposing DMB Nation did that. No, bitch. I did it and everyone else did it. No, I talked about a lot of things, not just DMB Nation. But again, let me get out of here. Again, thank you again, Sir Smile. Shout out to you. Let me give you your flowers. I appreciate you doing that. You didn't have to do that. Thank you again for the super chat. I greatly appreciate you. I'm going to always remember you for that. Thank you so much for the birthday wishes. Hope you have a good one. Like this live stream. And yes, love y'all. Take care. And Troyce out this bitch. Gonna end this now. Okay. Don't tell me what to do. This person just said, okay, go now. Safe flight. Bye.